was gonna say something, but I'll wait.
Now. Hi guys, what's up?
I
Yeah.
won't say slurs.
Occo was trying to get it out of their system chat.
Exactly.
Angry I didn't become a VTuber manager to get gullible VTubers to pay me to do nothing. Exactly. Guys, don't get a VTuber manager. Get a get one of those. Get an editor to edit your videos first. It's a better use of your money.
Get a Jew to pay for everything for you.
Especially if your VTuber manager charges $500 a month.
Wait, that's really how much this guy charged?
Yeah, he charges $500 a month.
Oh.
$500 a month. $3,000 for all at once if you do the entire like management period, or 50% of all your earnings.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yep. I mean, Asahara, it's never too late to become a VTuber manager that's predatory towards other VTubers. There's always ones that are like, oh, but this would never happen to me. And then it happens to them. They're like, man, how did I not see this coming? It's like, because you trust people too much. And please, if you get a manager, do not give them your login information for anything. You can give them, like, role access, like with YouTube, where there's, mod, editor, manager. Give them that. Don't give them your login info. If you do, I'm sorry, but you're beyond help.
Wait, they went the extra step further to like give this man their actual like big login. Oh. Oh no! Why would you do that? See, back in our last org, we never even did that. Oh.
Yeah. But it's like we're jumping the gun a little bit here because we haven't even started reading the document live. But just from what I've heard, please don't give your passwords to anybody. They tell you this. Heck, even other websites, even YouTube is like, hey, don't share your login information with anybody. Come on.
Yeah.
Even your manager.
We'll touch on it. They did a lot of stupid. Don't believe somebody just because they tell you they're a VTuber manager.
Is this like a guy that we've seen or talked about before, or is this like some nobody?
I've seen him before, but no, we never talked about him.
Okay.
I've seen him around.
He did the he was the one that we did talk about him because we talked about how he was trying to do a contest for talents or something.
Really? Oh, this
he was the one we said did the VTuber Battle Royale.
Wait, Harry from Nexus?
No, Nexus was a VTuber Battle Royale. This was a guy who was trying to create one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Because he thought it was a good idea.
Was this before or after Harry?
After.
What the fuck? This is crazy.
But chat, a random side note that I figured we could at least bring up because it was a popular point of discussion today is this Steam game called No Mercy, which for anyone who knows what this is, I can't show any pictures of it.
Front Steam page is bad idea.
It is a hentai game. And not like it is a game that has hentai, it is just a hentai game. That is the whole point.
Yeah.
This little post went semi-viral today of this person saying it needed to be removed because it glorifies rape and incest. And they tried to do a change.org petition to get it pulled. And they've got like this little graphic they made here. But like nothing happened on Steam's end. Steam didn't remove it. Steam didn't like issue a comment about it, but the devs did, and the devs have said that they are just pulling it from Steam anyways.
It's really sad.
I hope they upload it somewhere else.
Oh, it's already uploaded other places.
Okay, because Because honestly, I was gonna spite buy it just because fuck you, Australia.
You don't
I
even have to
would
spite
too.
buy it. They upload it for free on the Zone.
I know, but I wanted to spite buy it, but it was already gone by the time I was going to.
My apologies. I was gonna buy it and then play it on Fansly because like it's perfect. You know,
Honestly, the devs in this are genuinely stupid for removing it from Steam. Because based on the comment threads I saw on the Zone and the reviews of people that had already bought it, it just really wasn't that good of a game. Not like content-wise. They're just like, yeah, no, it's not that great, and the story doesn't really make sense, and it's kind of janky when you're getting the different endings. Like, it was really just like... This should have gone nowhere, basically. This should have been just like another dime a dozen hentai game that somebody just kind of threw out into the ether, and everybody was like, whatever, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people were saying it wasn't that good. But they were getting so much attention. And they're like, yeah, no, we'll remove it. No, don't. You're stupid. This is like your opportunity, guys. I don't know why. There is a possibility that they kind of pulled it because they were getting like so much hate on Steam reviews for it being an actual shit quality game.
Well, it's like from when I seen it on Steam, it had mostly positive reviews.
Yeah, before it was pulled down, I pulled up the Steam page and I looked at it. It had like 200 reviews and they were mostly positive.
Here, let me double check.
You wanna know what's the funniest part about this? Because I saw that woman that did the petition.
And don't worry, chat can't see it.
Her backdrop, the image that she used as her backdrop on her Twitter page was this game. So like during stream, I just was like, wait a minute. There's a small chance that this woman is like giving a lot of free promotion to this game by putting it in her backdrop while asking for it to be removed. I was like, how stupid do you have to be to you just put that there when you're trying to remove it? It's like free advertising.
But yeah, bad game, bad porn game, bad visual novel. Bought to the controversy. The videos look like badly AI generated. Spent more time laughing at the faces the main character makes. Many typos.
Do you think it's not American?
I don't know. Probably not. You never know. There's like a lot of this comes out of Russia for some reason.
You mean it could be a Russian game?
It might be saying something there, Mizu. I don't know.
I'm just saying. But yeah, there's people that said they bought it due to the controversy, and it just ended up being like a bad game.
That's funny.
I know people in the Zone were kind of iffy about it, and all they do is play depraved porn games.
And yet, some Karen in Australia took so much umbrage from it that it was pulled down.
Is she even in Australia?
Yeah,
she is.
Was.
What, she made this her fucking banner?
Yes, she did. Yep. I was like, are you giving free advertising to this game? What the fuck?
She's still like retweeting posts from like 30 minutes ago.
That's why, like, part of me is like, is this like an op to try and give it more attention? But no, I don't think it is.
It is. This is such a stupid thing. There's a
I agree.
VTuber talking about it.
Yep.
Because, of course, VTubers need to have their hot opinions.
Yeah.
People in Australia shouldn't have opinions. Hey, Espiritu is a good Australian person. I think he's all right. He can have opinions.
Armchair's Australian. He can have an opinion.
Yes, exactly.
An opinion.
Both of them can have opinions. They're all right people. They don't have freedom of speech, but they can have an opinion.
Wow, these people are
goodness.
pathetic.
I know, right?
Holy fuck, Australia's cooked. Oh, Australia's fucked.
Australia has been fucked for a long, long fucking time.
Also, thank you for the 9 months avenged. It still shows how small the English VTuber space really is.
Yeah, this is very true. This is very, very true.
I don't know.
Speaking of VTubers.
It's dumb that people are upsetty spaghetti about this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, they have an advanced GG code. That's relevant to the document tonight.
Oh, is it really?
It is, unironically. I don't know who this is, though. I've never seen them.
They look like a Cali. Yeah, they look like a Mori ripoff. What the fuck?
Oh, they've even got the little bone sides.
Like, legit. Am I crazy? They kind of just look like they changed. They took a different outfit for Mori and used it. What the hell?
No, they're
goodness.
clearly taking like a couple different ideas from multiple places to make it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of funny because I've never seen like the bones on the side except for Mori's original outfit.
Yeah. Like Mori is the one who, in my personal opinion, kind of started that.
Yeah, I've seen designs like that for years, even back in 2014.
No, I meant for VTuber models just in general.
Oh, this was another thing I marked this week. The Mythos people are still getting suspended on Twitch.
They are, dude. Okay, conspiracy theory time. Do you think a affluent VTuber corporation that also is in bed with Twitch could be doing this?
I mean, no.
I was just about to joke. There could only be one popular VTuber org on Twitch, and that's VShojo.
I like legitimately, that is my rat, that for some reason VShojo is wanting to keep other people down. Can't have any successful males on Twitch.
It's like they just need to stream on other platforms, not just Twitch, because that's how you die.
Well, I heard that they like made YouTube accounts, didn't they? Yeah.
They just weren't streaming on there. The only ones that stream on YouTube are which one do I always see? Hermes. That's about it.
Which one is our favorite former newsboy?
Oh, Underhill.
Yeah.
I don't know. I unfollowed his new account because it's like before I found out it was Underhill, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll follow and support. As soon as I found out it was Underhill, I'm like, mute, unfollow.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I wonder if he's one of, because I did say that I felt like they were getting targeted, and I said on Twitter I don't feel like any of these guys should get hurt. I wonder if I responded to one that was him and he was just like had to be quiet about it because none of them have blocked me as far as I know. As far as
Is
I know.
Mythos entertaining?
I don't know.
I know Hermes is sometimes. It's like like I think some of the girls that don't get a lot of attention probably should get more attention, because on YouTube alone I pull better numbers than some of them when I'm doing app streams, or hell, even my gaming stream.
Really? Because I know that your gaming streams is between 30 to like 60 or 70, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you pull better than some of them? Oh. That's crazy. Oh, fuck.
And I only stream on one platform. It's like as soon as because as of right now for Kick, I have to do like Kick exclusive streams for me to have the monetization up. Mm-hmm. But in the near future, TM, they will let me stream monetized on there while multi-streaming. It's like you can multi-stream, but you just can't have the monetization active.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like once that is all clear to go, then I'm going to be multi-streaming so fucking much.
They never got back to me. The site never got fixed. I'm so salty about that.
Oh, I let them know about it, and they said that they're looking at their back end.
Good, because tell them like I've been streaming on their site for a while, and I love their website. I just hate the bot problem.
The only time I see them is when they do the stupid lube bait stuff or the roofie incident. I forgot about the roofie incident.
You're talking, yeah. What's her name?
Do you think the roofie incident will happen again? And it's like, honestly, I still need to make my convention PSA. I've just been lazy, but I need to make it.
Yes,
do you remember that the roofie incident people believed was her just making it up because she got too handsy with somebody?
I don't remember that. Did she?
Yeah, I
talk
So-
about that?
What came?
No.
She made a post on Twitter that basically said that she thought she got roofied at a party. Like an hour later, somebody made a call out on her and was like, "Hey, at the party, she was getting like really handsy and wouldn't like give me my space, and she kept grabbing on me inappropriately." And then as soon as that came out, she's like, "Well, I did say I was roofied, so I wasn't in my right mind, so it doesn't it doesn't really count."
If a dude says
Yeah.
that, he fucking gets arrested and thrown in prison. What the hell?
So we're not saying she didn't get roofied. However, she conveniently got roofied in a way that gave her an excuse for possibly, allegedly, sexually assaulting somebody.
And then she gets away with it.
Yeah, people just kind of let it go, and they're like, she got roofied. It's okay.
I believe in equal rights and equal wrongs of women.
It's like I said this last year. I'll still stand by it. If you refuse to go to the hospital when you think that you're roofied or you claim that you're roofied, I'm just gonna call BS on it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
All girls that can't handle their drink says they got drugged. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen many women that just can't handle alcohol and then go, "Oh, I'm kind of woozy, I think I got drugged." It's like, no, honey, you've had 20 tequila shots, you're drunk.
And it's like, girls,
a lot?
don't forget, don't drink alcohol when you're on your mental medications, because you're not supposed to be drinking alcohol with certain medications.
Yeah. Some people
Is
just
20
need to not
tequila shots
drink.
A lot?
It's like, if VTubers actually have the mental issues they claim to have, with the medications that they should be on, they should not be drinking alcohol, let alone having possible alleged nose candy.
The Ricada nose candy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of VTubers, can I rant for a moment? Because there's a VTuber that kind of pissed me off recently that I kind of want to talk about.
Which one on the list is it? Because your list keeps growing, Occo.
It does keep growing. This one alleged that Toby Turner groomed her.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember that one? Oh, for fuck's sake. That one pissed me off so much.
It's like, Toby Turner, during the whole like cancellation attempt on him, has been accused of so many things by his exes and Playboy bunnies. I've never once heard of a grooming allegation. Only, oh, he assaulted me. Oh, he did this. And then most or all of it turned out to be complete lies.
Mm-hmm. I think the thing that upset me the most is, like, she says, "Oh, I didn't expect this to go far. I only thought it would get like 10 likes." And I'm like, motherfucker, people will latch on to you. And everybody should know by now that if you like claim that somebody assaulted you or did something to you when you were young, people are gonna like ask you about it, and they're like, "I'm not gonna talk about it." I was like, then it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I really hate people like that. Excuse me, I hate their actions, but it frustrates the fuck out of me seeing people just do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then people believe them. Oh, goodness.
Yeah. There's not much you can do, though. You just kind of gotta be
No.
like, okay, I guess.
Who knows? Maybe her engagement was down.
It probably was. I didn't take time to look on her account because I just didn't care. I only took the screenshots of her tweets.
I mean, it's like when how the fuck do you pronounce her name? Fifi or Feifei, whatever. Her engagement is down. She just copies and pastes the same post that she's been using for the past 5 years.
Uh-huh. Then once people call her out on it, she removes it and then blocks them.
I still have all of the ones that she's been reposting screenshotted.
Nice.
I don't know anything about her, really. Other than she has a sex toy.
No, I muted her account as soon as I discovered her. I'm like, oh, cool, mute. Did the same with Cottontail, did the same with Bao, did the same with Shy Lily.
You just mute every VTuber that's very big?
If they're annoying, yes.
Fair enough. To be honest with you, I only follow a select few of them, and I have certain keywords muted so I don't see some of their tweets. I mostly just keep an eye on them to see if they get into trouble.
I mean, that's fair.
There's only so much bullshit I can handle from some big VTubers.
I really only follow people I genuinely like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fair.
I don't really mute too many people, though.
I mean, muting doesn't kneecap your account like blocking does.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. If you block too many people, it kneecaps your account, basically.
Yes.
Because
It kneecaps your account and their account.
Okay. Because I've only ever blocked a few people. And it's typically people that I know that will constantly try and come into my mentions to try and spread falsehoods. And it's just like, listen, I'm fine ignoring a lot of people, but I really just don't want you to keep coming in and saying random ass shit that I have to re-explain 10 times. So I'm just gonna block you, and we're gonna let you go on your own way.
Mm.
But
And also, like,
still less than 10 people.
And also, like, muting large accounts actually lets me see other accounts from new or smaller VTubers as well. So it's not all, hey, your entire feed is just these top 20 large VTubers.
No, that's totally fair. That is totally and completely fair. I know what you mean.
Mr. J says, what's wrong with Shy Lily?
Annoying.
See,
You have to understand, chat, Lumi is a woman and women hate each other.
Exactly.
I'm a semi-professional woman-hating woman.
I think all women are women haters. They just don't want to admit it.
Yes.
Wait, so you say you're semi-professional. Would Amal be like a actual professional then, or is she just like
No, she's also
semi-professional?
semi-professional because the only true professional women haters are men.
Ah, okay. So by right of sex, you can't actually be a professional woman hater. You can only be by proxy.
Either semi-professional or if you're a lesbian.
Oh, okay. So if you're a lesbian, you can potentially take the whole. I'm learning a lot today. I'm taking notes, chat. Oh, fuck. Oh.
No one hates women like women. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's astonishing.
Chat, all you need to do is you need to make yourself friends with a couple women and then listen to how they talk to each other when the other ones aren't looking.
You know what's funny is I saw somebody start to recirculate that most misogynistic comments on the internet, like people did a study, and the study concluded that most misogynistic comments came from surprise women.
Well, yeah.
More than half.
Yeah, everyone wants to be think men are the misogynistic ones, but men don't care about a lot of things that women do. Like, they don't know to... They don't even know to, be misogynistic about it because they don't get it. Like, a big one is always, makeup and stuff, calling people's, makeup out. Or, a huge one I've seen with women is, facial structure. And a lot of guys don't get that stuff. They're like, it has tits, it's a woman. And that's about as far as a guy's brain goes 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much. But no, it is never not surprising to see when people are like, oh, this is a men thing. It's just like, actually, the study says that it's all a woman thing. And then their brain is broken.
Yeah. That's how it goes, though. It's okay, though. Women can just hate each other and we'll let them have it.
Yeah, men don't really... Well, men do kind of hate each other sometimes, but there's a bro code that some men will follow, and they will recognize the same big stick and say, that's a really cool stick, and then talk about it. I remember watching... Oh, go ahead.
It's funny because, I use TikTok just to scroll through, and I ended up... my algorithm ended up on what people dub as stick talk, where just people post funny, cool sticks that they find. And they're like, hey, I found this cool stick. What would you guys rate this? This is where I'm from. This is what I think it looks like and stuff like that. And people are like, oh my god, that's a cool ass stick.
Yeah, was it all men doing that, or was there some females in there?
There was some women, but the men usually find like the weird majestic sticks, like the ones that have like tinier sticks bending around it and looks like a wizard staff and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
It's very.
So, Lumi, are
I
you saying
find all
that
of
you
those
understand the
sticks.
stick? You understand the stick fascination?
The stick fascination, I have understood since I was a kid because I like finding long sticks and then use them as like little walking canes. The one thing that I'm still trying to figure out is why men like pushing rocks down inclines.
Because it's funny. I like watching to see it move. Science.
It's funny because when I was like, I'm still like a low view VTuber, but before I started breaking like 100 viewers on just my Yap streams, I was just like, okay, what do you guys want to watch? Hey, look at rolling rocks down mountains, and then my viewership shot up to like 88 people from like 30. I'm like, huh? Yeah. You're telling me the rock incline videos are that popular?
Maybe
Yes.
I'll look at some rock incline videos next React stream because that's interesting. Reminds me of back when I used to watch Code Miko. She like had a video where she was like scrolling TikTok and she found a video of people talking about rocks, and her audience was like, this is awesome, and she's like, this is what guys like to talk about. Like, she was so enamored because she didn't understand it. And I think that she was single. I don't know if she's still single. Wouldn't surprise me. But like, she's like, I don't understand it. Why do guys like talking about rocks? And all the comments were like, this is just a guy thing.
There's rocks, sticks,
technology.
No, technology is kind of a iffy thing.
Digging holes.
Digging holes.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's going fast. Not like
Yeah.
a car specifically, just fast.
So
Like
Spanish.
running downhill to see how running
Yeah.
downhill until your legs kind of can't keep up anymore, and then you just kind of roll.
Yes.
Yes, I've done that a lot.
Jumping from high places.
Oh, so just parkour.
No, just high places. Doesn't have to be
Yeah.
like landing on something. If you can crash and burn, it's still cool because you jumped from a high place.
Exactly. Oh man.
Throwing
We should do a stream where
things.
we should just do a stream where we talk about men and women things.
Well, we need to find a woman to bring on the podcast first.
That is
Oh,
true.
ha, ha, ha.
We would need a second woman to bring on so that it would
Ha ha ha. Ha.
be equal. You know what I mean?
I remember when I was a kid, we had a few hills by me, and me and my cousins would all just, like, if we had glasses and stuff, take off our glasses so we don't break them, so our moms don't kill us. We would just lay down at the top of the hill, tuck in our arms, put our heads down, and just roll down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was fun. It did some of us get rocks like impaled into our skin sometimes, or minor concussions. Yeah, sure, but it was fun.
Fair.
Life is fun.
Mercenary for 2, technology used to blow things up is valid. Fair.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
Destroy,
you're
Build,
correct.
Destroy was a very popular show on Cartoon Network.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it as a kid. I didn't know if it was popular or not. That was my first introduction to Andrew WK.
Who?
That's
Andrew
who.
WK.
That's who did Destroy, Build, Destroy. Andrew WK. He was the host.
Okay.
He's the one that did the song "You Better Get Ready to Die."
I think I've heard that before, yeah.
You probably have. It's a very popular song.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it this way. Nobody would have, if you would have told somebody before that show that Andrew WK was going to host a children's TV show, everyone would have called you a liar and said you were absolutely insane. It's kind of like, if he was younger, it'd kind of be like, hey guys, you know who we need to get for this children's show to host it? Let's get Ozzy Osbourne. Like if it was the young Ozzy back in the day.
The one
Nowadays,
that
that's
got banned from
unironically a
Utah.
thing. He's in the fucking Trolls movie.
I think he had to really chill out in order to be part of that movie.
Oh no, he was just being himself in that movie. You couldn't understand a fucking word he said. The entire movie is just him mumbling.
Like incoherent Ozzy Osbourne rambling.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
He has like one coherent line at the very end of the movie.
And that's after everybody learns their life lesson, and so he can finally come in and say something of great worth to people, freaking everybody out because he can actually speak normal. That's funny.
Yeah, I forget exactly what he says, but it's something about like everyone should be able to do what they want to do, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the only coherent line he has in the whole movie.
That is pretty hilarious.
Also, judge me, chat. I think all the Trolls movies are great. I don't care.
I still need to watch those.
You know what? After we're done with Log Horizon, we got the Trolls movies going.
Just season 1, or are we going through all the seasons in Log Horizon right now?
Season 1.
Okay.
Fireworks and other pyrotechnics. To be fair, I think fireworks is just kind of everybody. I don't think fireworks is necessarily just a guy thing.
No, that can be an autism thing, and girls and boys can connect on that.
Because they're just pretty.
There's trains.
Trains is definitely an autism thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much defines growing up in the 90s, break your arm doing parkour, not jump from a high place because it looked cool.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That has nothing to do with parkour, it's just jumping.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of trains, I'm playing Satisfactory, and the only conditions I've set that everything must be connected via via trains. My apologies. And it is very fun. It's a very fun little challenge.
Has Log Horizon gotten a season 3 yet? It has. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it.
Are we not going to watch it after season 2?
I mean, if y'all want to, we probably might, but it's not as good. It is made by a completely separate studio, and it was canceled. The entire series was canceled halfway through season 3.
So I never finished it then, after he went to jail?
Nope.
That's crazy.
LumLum is the most womanly VTuber I've found to this day. The rest seem like overindulgent sows looking only to feed their own hedonism. That's one of Lumi's fans.
Hi, Lucian.
Sounds about right, honestly.
It's definitely one of Lumi's people. Coming in here, all women are hedonistic sows.
What is that? Like, I know
sow is like a cow.
Oh, is it so?
No, you say it's sow.
Sow.
Have you been saying that so?
Is it S-O-W? Like, is it not so?
It's sow. S-O-W is sow.
I thought... Why is there not an A in there?
There's not an E in it. Okay. Why would it be so?
Occo. Do you how do you spell ow?
O-W.
Sow. S-O-W. You just add the s at the beginning.
Ow.
Oh, sow is pig, not cow.
Whatever. It's a farm animal of some descript that is normally seen as dirty and fat.
Well, a good chunk of the women that have their OnlyFans or fanslies, yeah, I would probably agree with that.
At least I can pronounce it correctly, chat.
Oh, speaking of fansly, did you know that Taiga girl opened a VTuber agency?
Yeah, chat, not our Taiga, but Taiga, the one that we thought was copying Taiga, sort of.
Oh, they definitely were.
No, she was. We covered this in the stream that we did, going over her stream, her throwing shade at our Taiga.
Taiga.
Yes, our Taiga. But yeah, her and her boyfriend finally decided to open up their agency.
Again. I think.
Again, yes.
Because I'm pretty sure they did it before. Are they getting new people in?
They said, oh, look, our first generation. These two, we run the place. All we know is that she has had multiple aliases in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So it can only go as well as it's expected.
Going to memorize those one day in case I ever have a collab where she's invited.
Look, chat, you're all debating it.
Funny.
English is weird. Depending on context, your word can be said differently. You can have so and sow as SOW, depending on what you're using it for. And you can have row and row, depending on what you're using it for. I'm sorry, English is complicated, but you all are wrong, and stop fighting about it.
It's funny because on the announcement post, most of the replies to it are just Tig's BS and her 3 alts.
Wait, she has 3 alts?
She has apparently her not safe for work alt, which I don't know why she has it because she reposts her tits on her main, and she has her VA alt. That's just Tig's VA or some shit like that.
Why is she replying to her own post on her own alt?
Because she needs to make it look like more people actually care about it.
Wouldn't it be obvious that it's her alts because she uses the same name?
We never said that she was smart.
No, yeah, like legitimately, that makes no sense whatsoever. Like, I understand if you have a lewd alt because you want to separate safe for work for not, but she doesn't even do that. She just fucking retweets her tits on me, so it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, she does what she does.
Like, I said this on Twitter the other day. I used to be like heavily, if you were like a not safe for work VTuber, I thought that was like a low way for you to like be a creator. And to some extent, I kind of still think that way, but like it's kind of evolved now. But like, she's one of those ones where it's just like, if you didn't have your tits out all the time, and nobody would pay attention to you.
Oh yeah, it's like that's all she started doing when like after people were calling out about bullying Taiga.
Mm-hmm. Like, you stick your tits out and people forget about everything else. That's I am sorry, but if that's your only redeeming quality, you suck.
I mean, it's the exact same thing that Death Blooms did after she got called out. She just started posting her tits, retweeting not safe for work animations that she voiced in, and then people quickly forgot.
Which one is that again? That's a VA, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know half of these people.
It's
most
because
of the
I
time
covered this one on my own.
Well, most of the time, like when I don't like somebody, after I've covered them once, I just kind of get rid of them and never think of them again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also don't forget, I'm a woman. I keep grudges, and that I can track them down. I have bookmarks for specific people.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get about women. I don't have the energy to keep a grudge like that.
Well, it's not a grudge. It's just watching them fuck up again so then I can do an update stream.
Well, see, Mizu, Lumi is not a woman. She's a dwarf from Warhammer. She's got a book of grudges that she's going to continue to update until the day she dies.
I'll be honest, the only thing I know about Warhammer is the Emperor protects.
Yes, the Emperor protects.
I am slowly trying to learn myself, but like, I have so many things I've already memorized. It's just like, I'm going to have to forget something before I step into Warhammer.
What if Adi Shankar opened up a VTuber agency?
Ew.
I mean, they already turned Dante into a VTuber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was disgusting. And people thought it was Nux Taku.
Yeah, Curse started that rumor, if I remember correctly.
I don't know.
It was dumb, though. I don't know why they did that. They thought that was going to go somewhere.
It's kind of... It's kind of sad because I remember when everybody got mad at me for saying that we shouldn't just let anybody come into VTubing, and it's just like, this is the result of like not protecting what you like and just letting everybody in, because it's just like you're gonna get people like this, and it's just like it's disgusting to watch. Like, yeah, it's kind of cool that the Dante guy might be here, but like the way that they treat it is just so disgusting, and I hate it. And,
Mizu would be the best Slanesh cultist. I know enough about Slanesh to know I'm not 100% sure you're right on that one. I'm a 4. Those are more like Cenobite levels.
Oh, I see what.
No. It's like, I don't know, maybe... you know what? With the amount of chaos that Mizu somehow causes for other people, and he's known as the blue one now. Maybe a Corn follower.
Skulls for my skull throne.
Yes.
I wouldn't be a Corn follower. I'm just Corn at this point.
You're just Corn. I'm sorry, I don't know why that's so funny. Always gatekeep. Yeah, I mean, like, legitimately, people got so pissed off at me on Twitter saying, "Oh my gosh, everybody's allowed to be in VTube." It's like, no, they're not. And you know, you're gonna let just anybody walk in, and when they are very cringy, and you're like, "Gosh, I just wish I wasn't associated with them." It's just like, you let them in here, sir/madam.
I tweeted this out the other day, and I don't know if y'all saw it, but I was joking about the fact that, like, whenever I go to talk about somebody, people treat me like I'm an omen of doom. Walking, like, whenever I get near them. And I don't know why.
Because they expect that you're going to end their career or something like that?
Yeah, people act like that I have that power. It's like, no, anytime I've talked about somebody, they blew themselves up because they're stupid.
I have a unfortunate, like, comparison, but I don't think you would like it.
Go for it.
You are the head of the commentary community then. You're like the Nicholas Diorio of VTubers.
Okay, now I'm mad at you.
I'm sorry. Like, that's what happens when he talks about you. You well, not all the time, but like whenever he talks about some people, they just end up blowing up.
I'll never get why his representation of himself looks like Nurgle.
In a chair.
Yeah. His representation of himself that he wants to show to other people, it looks like Nurgle with a crown sitting on a throne.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Well,
have you seen what
anime.
he makes his avatar, Lumi?
Oh,
No.
You need to show her. Please show her. It's fantastic. Not really, though.
I probably spelled his name wrong, but Google will correct me.
Yeah, Google will correct you.
And also, it's Nicholas Diorio. Don't be mean to Grandpa
There you go,
Nurgle
Lumi.
like that.
That's how he portrays himself.
Yeah, don't be mean to Grandpa Nurgle.
It doesn't have the
apologize,
picture
but
of him
was-
sitting on the throne.
The picture of him sitting on the throne was a little bit better looking, and now he just decided to do that. Now there it is, the first one. You know what's funny is Tipster like copied him and got his own picture of him on the throne. It's really hilarious.
I swear, there's a picture somewhere of him on the throne with this same like skin complexion.
It's possible.
But I would have to look for it.
It's very possible.
But yeah,
But yeah,
I find it weird that he just portrays himself like this.
It is, yeah, that's whatever. It's funny, though.
I mean, it's a little better than the people that try and portray themselves as super hot when they're like fat and out of shape.
Yeah. I think he's getting in shape. Like, some of those pictures are more out of date. Because I think last I checked, when I last saw one of his streams where he was shooting live playing pinball, he was like slightly better. But he's still like the guy. Oh my gosh, he actually is. Are these recent pictures?
I mean, this is his Instagram, so I'm assuming this is recent.
Never mind, he's not getting any better. And if those are recent pictures, I take everything back. I take everything
I hate
back.
how you can't just scroll Instagram. You have to log in.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg really wants to get your personal information.
He already has it. You know, it's confirmed that Facebook has like shadow accounts for every single person.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, it
Explain.
came out that Facebook, I don't know how they get their information, but through their different ways, they'll basically start building a shadow account for you ahead of time, based on your likes and interests they've compiled from other websites.
Oh no, that makes sense.
And then when you make
it,
when you make an actual Facebook account, it'll just take that file that it's already got on you and apply it to your new one.
yeah,
It's really
That's
creepy.
that's just them taking data aggregated information. I mean, like, it's creepy, but it's, yeah, it is what it is. Sorry, I have derailed us massively, and we're almost an hour in, and we have not even touched the source material.
Well, we're not going to
No,
be... I already told people last night, and we talked about earlier, is we're not going to be able to get through all of it, because it's a fucking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking,
This-
chat, maybe we'll just go over each person's summary. Are we fine if I go ahead and move into it a little bit?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I think we've done enough yapping about random ass shit.
So chat, this tweet popped
It's
up.
like we could probably go into the nitty gritty on another stream if people really want it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, we could just, because I'm sure that when this happened yesterday, right?
No, this happened a couple days ago.
A couple days ago.
Old, yeah.
So I don't know if Rima managed to throw together a video that she has scheduled to upload, or if she's gonna cover this when she gets back. But she usually does a good job with these. Alara probably already went over this. I think False already went through this.
I already went through it.
So yes, you already went through it as well.
Apologies again for the side tangent. Speaking of Alara, did you see that she got called transphobic?
Yes, we'll go over that later. Stay on
Okay,
topic.
Fair enough. I just thought that was funny, and I should bring it up because I thought it was funny.
But chat, this came out the other day from Plotty, and it is about this guy called Shino Bazu, who also runs a business called Flask GG, which surprisingly has nothing to do with drinks, which you would think it would, because Flask and GG and all like the gamer subs type companies have GG in their name these days. But no, it's like a VTuber management company. Don't know why he used that name.
Mm-hmm.
She has a 15-minute video attached to this, which you're not watching, describing her side, but her side is also in this document here.
I have an idea. We could set a super chat goal, and if people meet it, we'll read it on another day.
Fair, maybe.
Yeah, we could do that.
Set for like 15 or something like that. 10
Yeah.
to 15. Make it no limit. I don't know.
But
You can
chat,
decide
the guy has sort of replied. He put out, give me some time to go through things here. And then today he added to this and says, these people have spent the last 3 to 6 months putting together their side of the story, filled with many half-truths, lies, and out-of-context screenshots. You'll have to give me more than a single day to respond. And chat, like I would, under normal circumstances, be more like tempted to wait to get his side of the story. However, he says like out of context screenshots. Let me show you this, chat. Just one of these. Like if we go to the receipts here, look at how much like they screenshot from their conversations with him.
Be right back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
yeah,
if some of this is out of context, maybe, but there's so much that, like, I don't know how much more context I need necessarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's a difference between, like, oh, look at these 2 messages that are cropped weirdly, and then literal pages of screenshots. It's like, this is the ideal thing of what I would like to see with screenshots is full conversation. I don't care how cringy it could be. I want to see everything.
Like, I went over some of Bibley's stuff last night, so I can confirm, starting from here, almost to the bottom of all these screenshots, is one long conversation with no breaks in between. And you can typically tell because she copies, like, the bottom of the conversation on the next screenshot.
That is that is the entire thing. That is.
Yeah, they just. He says that they're taking out of context screenshots, but they're like copying every single message. I don't know what could be out of context. You can even tell on a lot of them that they're actually continuing the conversation on the next one. So it's not like it's getting mixed up. It's the same conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what context we could possibly be missing. Unless they're just actively editing messages themselves. That's the only way it could happen. LumLum wants to voice act the entire world. But chat, because I read so much of this last night, tonight I'm making Lumi and Occo read it for me.
Yeah.
So did you two want to start on the first page? which is just kind of... I'll do the overview real quick.
Okay.
He's stalling to run? What? Oh, him? Yeah, no, he probably is. He's stalling. Because I will show this because I think it's kind of funny. Normally, when something like this happens, this big, what you should do is keep your mouth shut and keep your head down. But if you go to his, like, page, he's just, like, constantly spamming, like all this random stuff. Retweeting this thing from Kanye, by the way. I don't know what that's about. Did you guys see this Kanye tweet?
No, I did not. What the fuck? Oh, I'm surprised that nobody sent this to me. Pornhub should not be free, and all the actors and actresses should receive residuals, like musicians do. You know, I can kind of agree with that, maybe a little bit.
I appreciate porn stars so much. When I get Yeezy porn going, I'm going to change things and make us all more money. Apparently, he's starting Yeezy porn, so.
Is it gonna have swastika on it?
I don't know. My first question would be, is his wife gonna be on it?
I thought he was divorced.
I don't know. I thought he got married a couple times. But you know, he's just running around like constantly retweeting stuff at this point. Which, like, you really should just kind of head down, I guess.
I think that everybody knows that he's just kind of off the deep end. Because I've talked to people like IRL while I'm doing work in the area that I live in. And it's a very diverse little area. And sometimes they're like, what do you think of Kanye? And I'm like, I think he's gone a little crazy. They're like, yeah, he's gone off the deep end. It's really crazy. So a lot of people think he's crazy.
But chat, this is the start of the document, the opening page. This document is being released to showcase the manipulation, control, breach of contract, and improper work relationship performed by VTuber talent manager Shino Bazu, or Shino, and Flash Chi. This document, you will read the experiences of 5 prior talents who refused to stay silent regarding this treatment towards them. The purpose of this document is to inform others about his volatile behavior and serves as an assertion for him to return the IP of accounts that he is holding hostage from his previous talent, Bibbly Darling. Summarization of the actions taken against previous talents include locking and or deleting accounts as punishment, verbal abuse, gaslighting, sharing talents' private information with others, withholding projects, using talents to promote his partner, threatening blacklisting, using AI against talents' will, using talents' mental health against them, not fulfilling contractual obligations, pitting talents against each other, claiming 50% ownership of talents, events, / projects. And as they say in the bottom, document doesn't condone harassment. Don't go harass anybody we talk about, chat. This is for entertainment, and all this is allegedly.
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 I will say, chat, because I have read through a lot of this, and Lumi has read through a lot of this, and I think Lumi has the same opinion as me, of this guy sucks, but a lot of these girls are kind of retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't get to read a lot of it. I was starting to read it this morning, and then my attention was taken elsewhere. Food. But, like, what I did read, my basic understanding is, okay, I feel for these people, but a lot of them are really stupid for the information they just allowed this man to take. Like these are the people that, as a scammer, I am looking for, and I hope that they don't get scammed by other random ass people.
Yeah, because I read through like one of their contracts last night, because they were trying to show off how bad the new contract he was trying to get them to sign was versus the old one, and admittedly, the new one was really fucking bad. But I read the old one, and the entire time I'm reading the old one, I'm like, red flag, red flag, red flag. And I'm like, you signed this willingly?
How about
what?
Talking?
Like, it was dumb. He basically had a thing in there where if you couldn't pay the $500, they got 50% of everything you did, including Throne. And I was like, how do you 50% Throne exactly? Because Throne is like a totally gifting platform.
Yeah.
Somebody in my chat joked that he gets one half of the bad dragon.
He gets the inner portion of the air fryer.
Yeah, and he covered basically every website you could think of. It was like Twitch, YouTube, Fansly, OnlyFans, Stream Elements, Streamlabs, Throne, like just down the list about everything.
Man.
And it's like you should have been asking questions when you saw all this.
And it's like, again, don't forget, most lawyers will have a fairly low consultation fee, if they even have a consultation fee, to look over contracts that you're given. Bring them to a lawyer, please.
Not only that, Legal Mindset is like extreme. Like, I don't know if Legal Mindset will even charge. I think he'll like look over some people's stuff for free.
He looks at it for free.
Yeah, so it's just like Legal Mindset is right there. I know for some people he's like evil right wing, but like he's right there and he's free.
Yeah, like just have somebody else read over it. And chat, if you ever get a contract from somebody and they tell you you're not allowed to share this contract with people, that's a lie. Because you're literally not under contract with them. A lot of places will do this. They'll be like, oh, you're not allowed to share the information we've given you. And it's like, well, I'm not under contract with you. You can't tell me not to. You have willingly given this to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like they're preying on the stupidity of people that don't understand that actually you can share this information. We just would prefer if you didn't share this information.
That's also just an immediate red flag when they say that you can't. I would, any small company doing that, I would immediately red flag them.
100%.
But chat, what we'll probably do is we'll go. Everybody that did this has a section where they basically talk about their experience, and then afterwards they give the 8 billion screenshots. So instead of the 8 billion screenshots, we will probably just read like the experience part. And I hope you will trust me and Lumi when we tell you that they do in fact have the receipts to back up what they're saying.
Oh, I definitely agree. Let's see here.
If you want to see more, like I went through Bibley's sections, particularly last night, and about all of her screenshots. Which I will say, because you probably won't get this from them, because as far as I saw, they never called him out on it. He has a lot of spots where he just can't speak correctly. I don't know if he's getting mad at them, or he just doesn't pay attention to what he's typing. But towards the end of specifically his conversation with Bibley, when they were their relations were starting to break down, I was having trouble understanding what he was telling her, because
really?
he could not spell to save his life, and it was getting so bad that it was actually hard to tell what he was intending to say.
Here, I'm going to set a super chat goal for 15 yellow super chats. And if we get that, then we will cover the entire document and further evidence in a future stream. How's that sound?
Yellow?
$10.
Okay.
You say you were going to set it?
Yes.
Good.
Fair enough.
Oh, really? I'm not signed in as the channel owner? Okay, so Mizu, you're going to have to do that.
Why not? There's like 3 of you? Because there's like 200 pages. How much did you want to do?
15 yellow super chats.
Okay. I'll put it for like 2 hours.
Just at the timer for 3 hours. Just in case if we go over the 2 hours.
There's a chance we might.
Because tomorrow, I got other things to do. I can't stay up all night.
Oh, what are you doing?
I gotta go to Costco to get some stuff.
Okay. You got life.
Yep, I got some life responsibilities to do.
Fair enough.
Alright, but I need to run and grab a thing, so I will let one of you two start on this section under plot.
Under plot? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sent it to both of you because some of the spots the writing gets like small.
Yeah, I got
See
it.
that for sure. Like engage for the $10. Oh no. Oh boy, there's a small chance. Oh wait, did he set it? I don't think he set it.
We'll count that towards it.
Okay, yeah, we'll count that. We'll count that.
Yeah, I think Mizu forgot to press start.
That's
Yeah, okay, but I will start reading.
Okay.
This is the text story. Screenshots and videos are in sub tab. Oh yeah, there's videos too.
What? Oh man,
Yep.
This is awesome.
My experience with Shino and Flask GG. I originally signed on with Shino in December 2023, the month before my Live 2D debut, for a month trial leading up to my debut. That first month went really well, and minus my lore being completed and having to come up with a backup plan for that, everything was done and delivered as promised. After my trial, I signed a 3-month contract with Shino, followed by a longer contract that would end at the end of 2025. Well, January 2025. I like to preface all of this with, as much as I like to provide screenshots or video of everything, I cannot. Up until October 2024, things were okay. There were just long periods of time in which we were not getting help or what we were contracted for. Meetings missed completely or him disappearing. Video and clips not showing up for months at a time, etc. I started recording conversations once things started getting extreme. When Bibley left at the end of October/early November, things really escalated. He pulled us into call to tell us that Bibley had gone crazy, that she was getting blackout drunk nightly and was stealing money from him, that she had done and said horrible things to and about us, the other talents. He informed us that she wouldn't speak to him, and the only thing he knew to do was to get her to talk to him, was to take control of her YouTube account. We would have said something at the time. I didn't, and I'll regret that for a long time. Bibley and I had a falling out at that time, and he used this to his advantage. We've since moved past that and talked, but despite all of that, I should have stood up for her and told him that it was wrong, because it was. He took full control of her YouTube and deleted the account. Ugh. He still has control of her business email, her not safe for work Twitter account, and her TikTok account. She had to start over.
I'm back.
Again, this is why you don't give people things. And also, you forgot to press start on the goal. So we already have 2 yellow super chats.
What do you mean? I did.
It's not showing up.
Oh, it's telling me I'm not signed in as channel owner. What do you mean?
Hold
Not
on.
letting me do it either.
Are you on the Underthetea account, or are you on your account on YouTube?
Apparently, I was under the manager thing. Yeah.
Well, we have 2 out of 15. We'll keep track of that.
15.
It was 15? I thought it was 10.
15.
15. Fine.
Because if that's going to be a multi-hour long stream, that's probably going to be about 5 to 6 hours plus. It'd be 15.
Lumi is right.
Outside of that, he asked that we not speak to her for our safety and his. Going forward, little things started happening. Anytime Bibley was mentioned or anything that could relate to her, little comments would be made about her. For example, Bibley had posted looking for a PA on Twitter. PA?
Assistant?
Maybe. And he brought it up in my meeting and joked about never being able to find a real manager or PA because he already let everyone know about her. He would send screenshots of himself in VCs to groups of managers and tell me how he ran meetings to teach them all. And they all looked up to him. Yikes. And essentially he was hero worshipped and implied that if he told him not to work with someone, they'd listen to him. He would say things like Bibley won't ever be able to work with large content creator Name Removed because they are managed by Name Removed, his previous intern who manages a VTuber group. He would mention this anytime he felt like I was misbehaving because I had multiple close friends in said group, implying that I would lose my friends if I left or argued with any of his choices.
Can I just say, some of this is sounding a little familiar to me. I don't know if you guys felt that, but this is mostly feeling a little familiar to me. Yeah. It's kind of gross. And I'm gonna be honest, it really makes me feel for these people because, yeah, I know what that feels like to have somebody basically demean you without demeaning you. So holy shit. My apologies. I just had multiple flashbacks there. Anyway, you want me to read the next page here?
No, I'll read this entire section and you can do the next section.
All right, sounds good.
I run a large content creator server called VSMP that mostly plays Rust. I created it, I built it, and up until recently, I ran the server completely alone. Chino helped me one time out of the 6 months it's been open. In the very beginning by contacting a person on Fiverr to set up the initial game server. Outside of that, he has not involved himself at all.
Why would you contact somebody on Fiverr to do that?
Oh, Fiverr can do some simple things. I had a guy on Fiverr make me a mod pack.
I mean, I get, like, they could do a simple thing. I just feel like that's something you should probably do yourself.
I mean,
Yeah.
If you're going to be running the server, like, over a long period of time, you should probably figure it out.
this is a Vtuber we're talking about, Mizu.
It's
I
a
see.
Rust server. It's not that hard.
No? Oh, fair enough. I
Also,
mean,
Rust is cringe. I can't imagine that's, like, a healthy environment.
I never
Rust is
played
an
it because
evil
I could
game.
I could never get it to run on my computer, so I've never played it.
What? How?
Yeah, every time I download Rust, it just doesn't want to open for me.
Yeah, fair, I guess.
I mean, hey, similar to Ark, with Rust, I just keep getting beat with rocks and dying.
To be fair, Ark runs like shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's always been a huge criticism of Ark.
I mean, Ark players are mean. They kind of sit by the beach and just beat new people until they leave.
I mean, Rust players are the same. As soon as they see you, they're gonna dome you from across the map.
Yeah. Okay. Opening day of a new game server, Monday, February 9th, 2024. I took the day off work for my day job. There was an overwhelming amount of work still needed to be done for open with over 100 creators. Oh my.
That's
I
a
was
lot
in-
of people.
I was in a VC with the server mods and my new server partner the entire day. He came in multiple times and sat in call without speaking. One time he fell asleep during the call and was loudly snoring while we were trying to work. Mute him.
So he pulled his sticks, hex and hammer. Did you guys see that, by the way?
He comes back at the end of the day, 45 minutes before open, and my stream starting, and loudly and angrily told me that he needed to speak with me right now and he was pulling me from the call. Since I was about to stream, I had OBS pulled up, I was in panic mode and hit record. I will be including the recording of said call. During this call, I was reprimanded multiple times because of a couple hours previously, his romantic partner, whom he tells everyone is his talent, posted her reveal my model Twitter post, and I had not retweeted or interacted with it. I was accused of being mean and worse. He had used my mental disabilities, autism, against me while he knew I was already in a stressful situation. Goddamn, everybody has autism.
So 2 things, chat, is in everybody's comment, they'll constantly mention, and I've seen him do it, where he begs them to, like, retweet shit from his partner. And it's super cringe. Like, every time it's like, hey, my partner posted something. They could be having, like, a business conversation about, like, actual sponsorships, and he'll randomly drop a link to a tweet from his partner and be like, hey, they posted something, you should go retweet it. It's so funny.
Fucking cringe.
Also, he does this a couple different times with the I'm about to stream and he demands we talk. He's done that several times. There was one point where a girl had, like, a big event planned, and she's like, oh yeah, I can't really talk during that time tomorrow because we have the big event planned. And he replies, well, I guess you're gonna have to cancel it.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
He is very much like, if he decides it's his time, you have to be there.
Oh, that's bad.
It's like
really
the only
bad.
time I promo things where I'm like, hey, can you interact with this? It's when it's something with a friend. Like when Mizu was revealing his new model, I'm just like, hey, could like this. That'd be pretty neat. The femboy needs attention.
Yeah, I mean, like, because we're at the size we're at, that we got to be very careful with how we do that, and it's like kind of a big deal. So
Well, I mean, it's something you do for your friends. Like, your friend is like, hey, I'm trying to do a thing. Could you retweet my stuff?
I try and do it for my friends.
It's different if it's a manager, and a manager comes in and is like, hey, one of the other people is doing a thing. You have to retweet it right now. And it's like, okay, we're talking about like a business thing real quick. It's like, okay, we can get back to business in a minute, but you're going to have to go retweet it first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I like to think that I'm probably the furthest thing from a big deal, at least right now.
I don't know.
I'm just like, it's just like, hey, look, the fish said something. That's about it.
You do a lot better than a good chunk of other VTubers just in the world. So you're pretty big deal to some people.
I don't get how I get to the places that I get to. But let's read these 3 super chats that we got, and then we can.
Okay. Mizu, since you're not reading, how about you read them?
I thought we'd already read the first 2. Yeah, we'd already read. Yeah, Occo read Gage's.
I did?
Which was nothing.
Yeah, which was blank.
Oh, yeah. There was nothing to read.
Magma for 10. Lumi's waking up at a reasonable time. Where's the real Lumi? And Project Libertad for 10. Could use the extra stream time since I'm at work. Also, what is a good PNG tuber program? That depends. If all you are looking for is mouth open, mouse closed, you're probably better off just using Fujitech and going into like a private Discord call, because actually trying to set it up and keep it consistent through OBS itself can be kind of annoying. If you're trying to do the thing where you have all kinds of different facial expressions, there is a program for that, but I honestly don't remember what it is.
It's called PNG Tuber Plus or something like that. But then apparently the person who made the program abandoned the program project.
Ask Ava, because Ava also does multiple different face expressions. Although she's kind of bootstrapped it together just using OBS. So
you can do it through OBS.
So like I would ask her too, but like she's does a lot of technical shit.
I mean, heck, you can also just get a like 2 GIFs made, or like one where it's just like, for talking and without talking. For Fujitech. That's what I have for the. I know, but I'm like, some people just use static PNGs, but you can just get like a PNG and a GIF together, or 2 GIFs together, where it's just like, a little more lively as well. So you can find some decent like cheap models as well, not models, but like you know what I mean. Decent price.
They're basically models.
Yeah. Like, I've seen PNG Tuber Plus models that are the same prices as live 2D models. And I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, like, that's just because you're paying for the art, and the art is the most expensive part. It's, I mean, that and the rigging.
Yeah. Okay, let me continue. I gave it a day to think, and honestly was upset with myself, thinking how horrible I was for not helping this person who has no connection with me. She doesn't interact with me, nor try to be my friend, but I was expected to use my platforms to build her up because of her long-term romantic relationship with my manager. I spoke with my therapist about it, and together we came up with a message to send to Shino in regards to boundaries and how harmful it was. I was met with arguments and gaslighting. It's like, I don't remember the messages, but a lot of people misremember what gaslighting actually is.
Yeah, this is not to say that like he wasn't talking shit to her, chat, but gaslighting is like a long period of specific actions. Not everybody arguing with you is gaslighting you.
I hate how people just like take terms on the internet that actually have meaning. I have misconstrued it so much to the point where it's just like, okay, if I try to explain it to you, you're going to try and cancel me, so I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just so dumb.
The reality is just most people don't know what gaslighting is. And most of the time, if you say somebody's gaslighting you, they probably aren't.
It's just bullying.
If they were gaslighting you, you wouldn't be saying they were gaslighting you because you would be doubting yourself.
Yeah, you would say that it was gaslighting like years afterwards, after you talk with a therapist and you realize, oh shit, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the therapist has to call it gaslighting before you can call it gaslighting.
There are screenshots of this below. The following day was my scheduled weekly meeting with him. He spent the entirety of my 2-hour meeting plus 1 extra hour continuing to argue with me, tell me that I was a mean girl and more, gaslighting me, etc. I also have the entirety of this call recorded. I won't be including it as he brings up a lot of my personal life. If I need to, I can edit these parts out and include it at a later date.
I would not.
I'm kind of interested. Please do.
I would be very careful, because if she doesn't live in a first-party consent state, he can fuck her over with that.
She's already linked one call, Occo.
Yeah.
I hope she lives in a first-party consent state.
The following night, while I was in a tournament practice, he went into my VSMP Discord in a voice chat with 10 plus people, and it's a promote Amalisa, his partner in the VC. I received multiple messages from the people in the VC because they thought he was drunk. He was speaking erratically and singing Shaggy ? He was very aggressive when I confronted him about it. Since these happenings, I've had limited interaction from Shino. He doesn't show up to meetings at all, or he shows up hours later. When we do have meetings during this time, it's to discuss a project that I've been working on since early October that has not been released at this time. Unfortunately, I'm being forced to leak this project in this document because Shino has recently decided that he owns 50% of my projects because he feels like he worked on them. They belong to him. I have recordings of this as well, and will be including portions of that call in this document as well. I have been told that if I leave working with him, which at this point of this document I have, he would take my show that I poured everything I have into, including the $2,000 worth of assets and an abundance amount of time, effort, and creativity towards and produce it without me and replace me. Man, doesn't this sound familiar, Occo?
I am keeping my mouth shut right now. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. The feeling of being like leave you or nothing, and that, yeah. Oh yeah. Why the fuck do these people sign up with this man? You guys are fucking retarded.
Just like, Shino lives in Nevada. I don't know what Nevada does. During the call, he tells me that I am nothing without him. Oh, wow, deja vu.
Nevada's a one-party consent.
Okay. And the show would be nothing without him. That I would only have a show because of his contacts and the work he has put into it, because I'm just another girl on the internet. He informs me that he has sponsors that I've never seen proof of, and that he would take 30% of that money for himself and pay to get me on the front page.
What the fuck?
And I would need to pay...
I'm just like, what the fuck?
He makes a lot of stuff up. And it's really dumb that people just take his word for it. You need to ask for, like, proof.
I need a moment.
Take 30% of that money for himself and to pay to get me on the front page. The front page of what? Twitch? You don't pay to get on the front page of Twitch. It's like you apply for it and you pray that you get a slot. I've talked with Twitch partners to see how that shit works. You have to be a Twitch partner and you have to apply and pray. And that I would need to pay collaborators to judge or participate in the show. He tells me all the things he would need the money for, and that I would get a small remaining cut of less than 10% afterwards if he can afford it. But that my reward would be the achievement of having a show. Oh, God.
I'm paying you in the enjoyment of working. Because this isn't even paying you in exposure. This is, I'm paying you in the enjoyment of doing work.
Okay, there are so many stories of incidents that I could include, but it's honestly difficult to remember them all. And he was good at keeping things in calls and not in screenshotable form. It's like, see, this is another red flag. If your manager refuses to speak like in text, or honestly anybody, managers, friends, co-workers, anything, if they refuse to, do text-based communication or prefer to have everything in just a voice call, I honestly wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them. But that's just me.
I'm sorry, I'm just having a lot of I don't know if anxiety is the right word, but this is just like kind of freaking me out right now.
You're having flashbacks of a darker time in your life.
Uh-huh.
But it's okay. That means you can speak from experience.
Yeah, most of me is just like, these people are fucking retards, because I mean, like, I kind of was too, but like
you can say from one retard to another. I know how it is.
Uh-huh.
Another talent. Jesus, another one. Another talent was roofied at a party hosted by Flask and Blurp at TwitchCon, along with her friend. He laughed and called her stupid in calls, called her a liar, and openly talked about having the talent's friend blacklisted from future Twitch parties, Blurp-related events, and working with anyone that he has connections with, because she spoke about it on Twitter. He openly discussed the personal lives of other and previous talents. He would tell me about one of his current larger talents' daily life constantly, despite me telling him that it was none of my business. Take your girl back.
You good, Lumi?
Yeah, I was just taking a drink.
Yeah, sippy sip.
Including detailing her moving plans, where she was and where she was going. Telling me details about merch drops well before they were dropped, and asking me for Contractual products that I specialize in my day job. And detailed information about her money, family, etc. What the fuck? He would tell me about how he would punish her by seizing her accounts like Twitch, Patreon, etc. and withholding her ability to get her payouts until she met with him about something. I have no idea how much any of these are true. It could have been something he was using to scare me, but it was said. None of this information I asked for or wanted, and I've never shared these details with anyone. I mean, that's good at least.
Mm-hmm.
He constantly discussed his previous talents. Most of the conversations were to tell us they were not good people, spoiled brats, etc. One specific, larger previous talent, however, was a different story. Myself, Guilty, and Bibley were at one point pulled into an emergency call after WeebCon 2024. We were told that this talent was on a smear campaign against Chino and Flask, that they were accusing him of stealing from them, manipulating them. He was on to discuss their taxes in detail and a large amount of information regarding their mental and physical health, lifestyle, sexuality, and the process of obtaining their health insurance, and difficulties of it and why, etc. We were told that we were not allowed to interact with them in any form. We were asked to ban them in our chats and not to interact with them on social media in any form. Though I will say, anytime he did literally anything, he referred to examples of this talent, and the talent from the previous paragraph for us to base things off, so that's wild.
Again,
there's constant use of AI and ChatGPT for literally everything he does. His partner, Amelisa, was added to all group chats in our personal business discords under an alternate account. We were told she was an assistant that just came and grabbed notes for him. We found out months later after questioning on how she knew about so many of our projects that were not public knowledge, and was doing exact copies of things we had planned before we could do them.
That's so dumb. What the fuck?
Jesus fucking Christ. I lost multiple sponsorship opportunities due to him. One time, he accidentally told a one-shot representative, hey, I'm partnered with them, that I was annoying in the group chat with them because in the group chat with them, between the three of us, he said it was because he was using speech to text and didn't notice. I never heard from them again. I asked him to reach out to Ara Culture for a merch drop. He told me he would. Later, I would ask about it because he told me he had meetings scheduled previously. He told me he never reached out to them because I wasn't big enough to work with Ara Culture and to drop it.
How big is she as a creator? I'm curious.
I don't know.
Plotty is decently sized, and she's a really good singer.
Okay.
She's also currently banned on Twitch.
For what reason?
No, she was unbanned.
She got suspended yesterday for some reason. It said nudity and sexual content.
Of course.
Yeah, she was unbanned shortly after.
I just thought it was funny.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I was taking a drink.
The insurance thing sounds kind of illegal. It might be because you're not allowed to talk about people's private health information.
Mm-hmm. I've been reached out to by Advanced GG and Gamersupps, and he wouldn't allow me to respond because he was working on a better deal for me, etc. This area could go on for a while, but I'll leave it at a couple of examples. Some of these are in the screenshots below.
So this comes out in the actual messages with him, but his issue with Advanced GG and Gamersupps is that for smaller creators, they don't do sponsorships, they do affiliates. And he has an axe to grind against anything affiliate related.
Okay.
One of the girls really wants to do an Advanced GG thing because she says she really likes like their drinks, basically. And there's a particular flavor she's in love with. And she's like, I just really want to do the affiliate thing, and I already got them to like agree to do affiliate deal with me. And he says, so this is the message I'm going to send them. You're not going to do an affiliate deal with them. I'm going to demand they pay you upfront $500 a month to advertise them. And I was like, you know, when like she replies to it with something like, oh, that sounds nice. He knows when he says that if he actually does send that message, they're just going to say no.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to agree to that for like a smaller account.
You know what's crazy? Paco was the exact same way. He was like, you will not take affiliate deals.
It's like, okay, a lot of people try to bite off more than they could chew, but affiliate deals are the first step before becoming a partner. Like, I will use my example with One Shot, because I had an affiliate code with them for, I think, about 5 or so months before I reached out to them about, becoming a partner with them. Mm-hmm. Because I previously already tried their products. I really liked them. And I was like, hey, I want to, try to reach out for a partnership since they're looking for more. Reached out after a little yapping, got partnership in, and get a pretty good deal with it too.
Mm-hmm. I gotta find a company like that I really love.
I just need one that has drinks I like.
Yeah, that's fair. I know Ghost Energy is looking for streamer partners right now.
Are they big?
Maybe I have to try their drink.
Are they big?
Yeah, I buy Ghost Energy drinks from my local grocery store all the time.
They sell them in grocery stores?
Yeah.
Send them over. I'll reach out.
But it's like, definitely, if you enjoy a product that much and you eventually want to go for a partnership, do affiliate first, because it shows that you have initiative and you're not like, only reaching out just because you want to be off of them.
Oh, I've seen these before. They have one called America Pop.
Yes.
Nice.
Does it taste like those candy bars? Or those ice creams?
Yes, it does. It's also released. Is it the Ghost brand? I think it's the Ghost brand for Welch's grape flavor, and it tastes just like grape juice. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is so fucking good.
Is it Ghost Energy?
Yes.
Okay.
Mizu needs a Fago sponsorship. Man, if I was still in my Homestuck phase, I would have tried to go for a Fago sponsorship. Go.
What
Somebody must have
sponsorship?
taken...
Fago. It's a soda brand.
Fago Incorporated. The one true pop. Oh, they call it pop. Disgusting. It's soda. I don't think I've ever seen these before.
I mostly see them sold in gas stations.
Oh, they have a cotton candy flavor.
Yes, their cotton candy flavor is really good. I can only have like once a week if I really want them because they're sweet, but they're just liquefied cotton candy.
I might see if I can find a Ghost Energy drink to try. Apparently they're gluten-free and zero sugar.
I'm trying to find their Twitter account, and all I see is a lifestyle account and a gamer account.
Yeah.
Hold on. See, no, not where to buy. It's just called Ghost Lifestyle.
Is it Ghost Lifestyle?
Yeah, that's their brand. Oh, yeah, they made a post on the 9th, so yesterday, saying March may be over, but Peaches is here to stay. Ghost Energy Peaches is available. Okay, no, not that one. There's another one a little earlier where they're looking for more creators.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're gonna have to scroll down a little bit, unless they deleted it.
You're still reading, so I'll scroll.
Okay. I mean, I think you could DM them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their DMs are open.
I might go out tomorrow and see if anywhere nearby sells Ghost Energy. It says the local Target should have it. I'll at least give them a shot.
Yeah, and you can always reach out and stuff. But yeah, definitely find products that you would actually want to promote every day. And just like, start with affiliate and work your way up. If you see, oh, we're looking for people, you could just say, hey, I'm already an affiliate. I've already been shilling you guys, and just take it from there. Okay. He currently owes me 54 edited clips. Originally, I was told I would get horizontal and vertical versions of all these clips. Previously, he owed me 71. The ones I received so far are only in vertical versions. But horizontally, I just want my content that I paid for at this point. I doubt I'll ever see that.
So, according to Bibly, she says that he claims he has, quote, editors in training, and they are charging $10 a clip.
$10 a clip?
Yes,
Yep.
$10 a clip. But then there's another spot
good clip.
where he tries to hire one of Bibly's mods to do editing, and he pays them like $200 for like 5 clips. And then he tells them in the message that he's never going to use them again. Their clips are shit, and he had to spend the money on somebody else to try and get better ones made.
No, this is how you get clippers and editors. You just let them meme you to death in your Discord.
I'm still trying to get that myself. I wish I could get somebody that would clip me.
I enjoy. I know Monkey is probably hanging around. Gwimbus, I enjoy. Oh,
like I have offered to pay people to clip me, and I just nobody's doing it. Oh.
Anyways, let me continue.
Okay. I enjoy my editors. I enjoy my memers. I enjoy all of them. They're great.
Oh, this is the end. We only had one paragraph left.
Yeah. Since leaving Flask at the end of my contract, Shino has told others that I've been doing illegal things and stole from him. He's been slandering me to mutuals that I'm crazy and crashing out, that I will figure out I fucked up, etc., 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 and that he chose to terminate me because I was overworking him for more than he was contracted for, and forcing him to work on things outside of his contract.
You're not allowed to
remove me.
I'm firing you.
He removed me from all business group chats, and in the ones that he could not remove me from, he deleted every message he has sent. He deleted every DM he has ever sent me because he claims me having them is stealing his IP/knowledge. Despite the fact that I technically paid for that. I have copies of invoices and receipts that I've always paid him on time or early and never missed a single payment.
Yeah, he does this a couple times. I thought it was really funny with Bibli, because Bibli has both before and after of him deleting every single message he's ever sent her.
Yeah.
And he really does. He just goes through and just manually deletes everything. Because sometimes he misses messages, so he's clearly like manually going through and doing it. He's not using like an app to do it for him.
That is insane.
I own this chat message. Yeah, he unironically does that.
Paco never did that with me. He just told me that I was too immature to stream.
But yeah, chat, he basically says all of this is out of context information. But like, this is what she posts for like context for this. Look how many messages this is. Like, yeah, maybe it's out of context. Maybe. But like, there's so much here. I don't know how much more context she could give.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
At that point, he's just hoping you don't read the thing. It's like when Hassan Piker refuses to read something and then says that it's all the same shit that people already say about him, so why should he have to read it? Because he knows that if he reads it, some people are going to be like, hang on, wait a minute. Some of that actually sounds accurate and true.
Mm.
Yeah, I will say I do think that they could have done the documents a little bit better. Like, have actual small out of context screenshots for their like starter bits that kind of just explains what they're going to talk about, and then have the full dump after.
Because this is still pretty good.
The full dump
yeah,
is a lot to sift through.
Time to copyright the junk. Oh goodness! All right, is it my turn?
Yeah. So this
All
one
right.
is just
Is
3
guilty?
pages, and then after that, it's all the evidence.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't want to read 21 pages.
Yeah, it's just the first 3 pages, which is this is my experience.
All right, sounds good. My personal experience with Shino Boz and Flash GG. I would like to preface all this by saying that none of the artists or anyone who worked with Shino were in the wrong. They were already in contract with him previous to our work together. They all have to make a living, and I do not blame them at all. Also, my screenshots are what I could grab, as he deleted a year's worth of messages between us after another talent had left.
Yeah,
I signed with
this is... All of them will say this, and Bibli actually has the proof that he did it. He just deletes all the fucking messages. It's so funny to me. That's so much work.
Like, legitimately, if you delete your messages with somebody like en masse like that, you are very sus. And I've really only known 2 people that I've talked to that have done that with me, and it makes me really sussed out about them.
It's so funny too. Like, that's so much, because she said it's like a year and a half worth of messages. That's so much work.
And there's not a program to do that automatically, is there?
There might be, but based on like what I've seen and some of the other stuff, like there's messages he's missed, so it has to be something he's doing manually.
No, I could not. I could not. Holy shit.
It's literally like thousands of messages, probably. Especially him, because if you look at how he types, he can't just... He's one of those people that he can't just type a sentence. He has to type in like 3 words, and then 3 words, and then 3 words. Like, he can't just make the full sentence all at once.
Okay. Let's see here. I signed with Shino in December of 2023. The first few months seemed to go rather good. Shino was great at giving advice, directing me, and helping me when I had ideas and concepts, giving me tips on how to bring the concepts together. To me, it seemed like this was the right choice, especially because we were friends before all of this. Oh, till it wasn't. He slowly made it clear that he was growing very busy and started to show inconsistency with upholding his end of the contract. I would DM him to only be ignored, although I was to have open communication with him per my contract. His timing for meetings was awful. I would have to contact his partner to call and see if he was awake. On multiple occasions, he would either come hours late, just try to reschedule things after leaving me waiting for hours, or would respond days later with excuses. To make it worse, he would make it clear that he did not care if he missed a meeting if another client was debuting or a convention was coming up. I expressed that my preferred meeting days were Friday or Saturdays, but I was open to mornings on any other day as long as I didn't have any family appointments. He would intentionally ignore some talents, and then after they debut or con, would make excuses of how he was just too busy the whole week. Excuse me. He was inconsistent with communication as well as providing clips. He assured me that he had in-house clip editors, but were constantly training some were hiring new people. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, he says this a couple times that he's training clip editors, and I want to know what that looks like. Is he teaching them to be editors? In that case, that's like a lot of wasted time when you could just hire people that know how to edit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
He says this a couple times. I don't know what he means by training them. He never like elaborates on it.
Yeah. Let's see. Sometimes months would go by with no word. Then he would drop either some great formatted clips or awful ones that made no sense. He would eventually ask me to add 2 editors to both Twitch and YouTube. They would post and it would be something either great or once again okay and made no sense. At that point, I went back to scrubbing for myself and looking for an editor who had no problem with the DBD clips. When asked, he would just blame me that I wasn't entertaining enough, which sucked to hear, but I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea or how not to make enough clips are made. I know I do my best to scrub my own VODs as I can't afford to hire a scrubber. To make it worse, I realized that he would turn around and say the same thing for most of his talents. Now, when everything with TwitchCon happened, I would preface and say I was not there. I had plans to go to TwitchCon until this year after I debuted, but that didn't stop stuff from getting back to me, like his partner talking awful about me, people confirming it, him downplaying it, and making it worse when I contacted him after seeing one of his talents posts. He downplayed what happened with her and her friend. Now all the other talents who were there made it clear that he was not always with them like he had told me. When it came to his partner, Amalisa VT, I originally had no... Oh, by the way, does anybody know if his partner has locked their Twitter account? Or like hidden? I have no idea. Let's see. When it came to Amalisa VT, I had no issues. I originally had no issues with her until she kept talking shit about me and spreading lies. People I didn't even know reached out to me claiming she said that because of me, he took all her money to pay for all of my stuff for my debut. I have a list of everything he has paid for, the majority I did. After that, I pulled away from her and decided to keep it cordial. I just wanted to focus on me, my community, and my debut. He would then downplay every mistake she made while working for him under Flask. She was supposed to help write my lore storyboard. I gave her what she needed for my initial ideas for it. A month more of silence, I asked Shino, and he turns it into, you should have contacted her. Mind you, I usually go to him for all of his employees when they work on stuff with me. So I did it myself, expressed that I want nothing to do with her, and moved on. I remembered an issue with Plotty and her working on lore before and should have followed my gut instinct to not do it because sure enough, she did not uphold her end. Shino's clear bias towards his partner and excusing her behavior was never okay. Like I was made to be the one in the wrong and I was made to be the one in the wrong while she is just too timid. Then comes his petty strike. I'm not friends with his partner in the past, yes, but after everything I did, the adult thing, and just moved on. He berated me for not sharing her debut stuff. Oh, that's so fucking petty. Tried to paint me and others as mean girls, although she had done something to everyone under him. I wanted to avoid drama with him and her, as he always tried to scare everyone by saying he can get people blacklisted and ruin them. So I made it clear that I was just never going to say anything and keep my distance. He then told me that was me creating drama, that I was in the wrong. He consistently took credit for others VTubers that had already been doing and always made it seem like it was his thing before anyone else's, especially his talents. Stuff they had been working on way before him. He had no problem trying to smack his name on it with little to no effort on his side. I had made it clear to him I didn't appreciate him making group chats with artists we were working with and then taking conversations to separate DMs to keep me out of it. Oh, I don't like that at all. That's really weird. I felt like as the main client, I too deserved to be part of the conversation at hand, but he would make it very clear that he did not feel the same way, going as far to make people feel uncomfortable to work with me due to his behavior or that they couldn't talk with me. I felt awful, but he would always blame them and I would just brush it off because I was unsure how to move around him in these situations. But his behavior on demanding access to my files has not sat with me while with me, or how he treated my rig artist. I had even asked him to write a contract so my partner could sign it between them and my rig parent. Instead of doing that, he decided he was going to sign it himself, then demanded he get a copy of my fully rigged model to keep as a backup while trying to intimidate them. Hold on just one moment. Let me do something on my computer real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, my computer. There we go. Let's see.
But yeah, he has no reason to need her model.
No.
He's like, save it as a backup. It's like, or I could buy a USB and put it on there.
And just never use it. Which I did not feel comfortable with, especially after everything that happened to Bibbly Darling. A lot of artist streamers would later tell me they assumed he was my husband, as he had never corrected anyone since they shared a similar username. What the fuck? Which in turn made me feel uncomfortable. I've asked on multiple occasions to please provide me with an invoice so I can pay back everything and then move on, but he has verbally made it clear that he never expected me to pay him back and that I did not need to, until he decided to terminate my contract because I did not want to give him access to my fully rigged model. As of 1 to 2 months before my debut, he would literally ignore me, making it hard for me to communicate with him or even seek advice, help, or even guidance from him. But it did not stop him from demanding to be paid on time. I was used to him asking for the month's prior stats and then sending an invoice. But when he wasn't talking to me, I was just waiting on him to respond to my DMs or ask. When he sent me an invoice, I was literally late a few days to 1 week, which he then in turn booted me from important conversations with artists on stuff that invoiced my debut, or excuse me, involved my debut. Keep in mind, being late was the only way to get him to contact me. That fucking sucks. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, no, I saw it through like a lot of the messages on them. He is horrid at communication. Like the one girl that really wanted to work with Advanced GG, she had asked him about it in March, and he said, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I'll get around to it." And then she asked him again in October.
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I decided we weren't going to do that, and I just didn't tell you."
That sucks.
It took him from March to October, and her asking him specifically in order to update her.
Yeah.
He is horrible with communicating with them on that stuff.
How can I fix an issue if you actively choose to ignore someone reaching out to you? I was then made aware that he has done this to other clients of his whenever they had made him upset or were very late with payment. I will not be posting the screens for this to keep the person anon and safe. It was his way of punishing me for not doing it right as he wanted, although he could never be on time himself or with paying certain artists. I didn't like that he went out of his way to hold it over my head and turn around and treat me like a child, but if you were to point out how he isn't doing his job or a good job, he was quick to blame everyone else. At the time, I did let it slide, the issue pertaining to Bibbly, because of an issue that happened between all of us. I regret now not hearing it out, and for that I deeply apologize profusely. She did not deserve to be treated the way she did by him. Nobody does. I was getting fed up with him not upholding his end and actually doing what my contract stated. I ain't gonna lie, I do kiki with some of my friends. What does that mean? I do kiki.
Yeah.
With some of my friends about stuff going on in the VTuber space, and did send him a screenshot or link of what Miyuki and others said about their experiences with TwitchCon, and he would go on to downplay it. He's overall not a good manager unless you are making him crazy amounts of money, and talks about all the things, his talents, big or small, as well as sharing the private works, lives, and details without their consent. And then they apparently have a recorded call where Shino yells at me for not giving him a full copy of my model and threatens to terminate my contract. What?
Yeah. But that's the part we're going to cover, is the first 3 pages here. So what do you think so far? Because me and Libby have covered it, but what do you think, Occo, hearing it for the first time?
I lived it. What do you mean? I lived this kind of shit. What the fuck?
What do you think about this specific issue?
I just I don't know. Like, part of me wants to say that people are dumb, but I know that I've been in
You're also
similar
dumb
situations. Yeah, you're right. I am also dumb. Exactly. But like, I look at this and I'm like, I know how some of these people would get caught up like this, and I feel bad for them, you know?
Oh, yeah. This next person has, like, all of their stuff just out already. This was a anonymous talent that worked with him.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, and this is nothing particularly against this person, right? It's kind of dumb for you to do like the anonymous talent thing when you're calling somebody out like this, because you included enough of the messages that he knows who you are. Like, there's no way he can't just go into his messages and be like, I know when this was said with this person.
Yeah.
Like, nothing against you. If you want to be anonymous, go for it. Just know that you're only anonymous from, like, normal people. You're not anonymous from him.
Yeah.
But they have their own issue with him. Talent asked for a copy of their contract, as one was never sent after they signed it, which Shino refused to send and inquired why they might need to see it. It was very hard to get him to send it to the talent. Only after a phone call did he provide the contract. But yeah, you should... That's always a red flag. You should always have a copy of your contract. There's a reason that, like, anytime you take out, like, a loan at the bank, they send you a packet with, like, 30 pages on it explaining everything. Or if you get a car loan, they give you, like, a folder with everything in it. If you have any sort of contract with somebody, you should have the full contract.
No, yeah, 100%.
Probably plus some extra stuff. And it's a red flag if they don't want you to have the contract, because that means they're afraid you're going to take it to a lawyer or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason they would be afraid of you having the contract.
That is...
Dama
yeah.
says Kiki means talking shiz, like with your friends.
Oh.
I've never heard somebody say Kiki.
What? The fuck kind of language is that, Dama? I'm sorry, but that makes no damn sense.
In slang, Kiki typically refers to a social gathering, particularly among friends, where they engage in lively, gossipy conversations. It apparently originated in ballroom culture among the LGBTQ community. Ballroom culture? What's that?
Ballroom culture. What?
But yeah, no, that's everywhere says the same thing.
Okay, hold on. Ballroom culture is a vibrant queer subculture primarily rooted in Black and Latino communities, where individuals, often in the form of houses, chosen families, compete in balls, which are known as events, showcasing their creativity, performance, and fashion through categories like voguing, runway, realness, etc.
Somebody in chat said ballroom dancing. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of too.
I'm lost, man.
We need a decoder for the next paragraph. You kiki with the girls like this stream. Also, the next person is Nee, otherwise known as... I'm pretty sure it's Little Nee, who is in the replies to this one. Yeah, Little Nee.
Wait, that Little Nee?
I mean, in their reply here, they don't make it sound like it's related to them, because they just say, really hope you're doing okay. You seem like an awesome person. Admire how you laughed through things in the recording that were so uncomfortable and hard to get through. Like, she doesn't mention anything about being her, but then there's somebody in here called Nee.
Oh, no, it is her.
Yeah.
Just scroll down to the screenshots and it just says a Little Nee.
Look how much chat. It's just all of this written.
Wow, that is insane.
And this is why I think it's weird when he claims, like, oh no, I can't, it's like all their stuff is out of context. Like, what's out of context? Look how much.
No, you can't really claim that there's stuff out of context. This is...
If it's out of context, it's very, very strange, basically.
No, I agree. I 100% agree.
I think maybe we should go through the first 4 of this one as well.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, down to, like, 1, 2, 3, and then just to, like, this one here. And then we can cover, like, these 2. Did you want to do it, LumLum?
Which one is this again? This is the
hold on.
one?
How much are we covering?
Oh, this is the knee one.
This one?
The first, like, 3 pages, I think. At least down to, like, here.
At least down to the
top of page 4.
Talent manager. Okay. Okay.
I do like that theirs is better, like, separated out, though.
Yeah, so people know how to write Google Docs.
Well, because I'm pretty sure each one of these are written by them individually. Because especially, like, Plotty has this thing going on, and Bibli actually has, like, a full essay going on down here. But then the other girls just have, like, a straight everything. And then Nee looks like they have theirs formatted a lot better.
Okay. Summary: in 2023, I was actively seeking management after being burned 3 times by 3 previous ones in the previous 2 years. Okay, Nee, you need to take that as a sign. Don't get managers.
Yes, that's the universe telling you that this is not going to happen.
Some of you may recall my past Twitter statement a few months ago explaining poor management was one of the major factors that made me want to completely quit VTubing. Especially my last experience. Due to all the trauma I faced as a VTuber, as I mentioned in my last statement, this is why I decided to be a part-time VTuber. This was my experience with Shino. A persistent lack of communication in radio silence periods, telling me that I was assigned a temp manager to help me who had no idea I existed. Missing an important meeting and never rescheduling it. Repeatedly dismissing or minimizing my concerns or mollifying them with false promises. Not finishing things he said he would do for me and not following up. Halting and delaying my plans in general with all these setbacks and mishaps. Explaining what he was doing for other talent while putting me on the back burner. Sharing the business of other talents when it had nothing to do with me or my content. Ignoring my special needs / dismissing me having autism by mentioning his girlfriend. Contradictions, gaslighting, emotional manipulation, neglect / ghosting, and overall mistreatment.
I think I've got it. This man goes after mentally ill women.
Well, I mean, all VTubers are mentally ill, so...
I know, but...
It's not necessarily targeted.
I don't know.
It's kind of more
crazy.
like if you throw a dart at the wall, you're going to hit a mentally ill girl.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But no, I wouldn't say targeting mentally ill. It's targeting
Desperate.
Girls who are desperate, who have no self-confidence, who have poor self-management skills, have overly trusting personalities, stuff like that.
A lot of people like this typically just look for somebody that if they tell them something outlandish and they just say, okay, they're like, okay, that's an easy target. Because they've already proven that they're not going to question me, even if what I said makes no sense.
Okay. How I met Shino. And there was someone awesome I collaborated with and knew for years who had an entire team and a manager. I was curious how they got these things, and my resume was equally strong. Yet no one has ever reached out to manage me. A friend of mine was a mod for this colleague I mentioned. I asked him if he knew who managed Redacted Talent, and they said they didn't know, but knew someone who had worked with them and even had his own team. That person was Shino, who my friend connected me with. Getting to know Shino in our initial agreement. After reviewing my track record, Shino was enthusiastic about potentially managing me. Following a few interviews, he expressed his interest in bringing me onto Flask, pending approval from his team. By early summer, I was informed that his talent team had approved me. His team approved of me.
Bruh.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Shino said he was happy to become my manager and offered a 3-month trial contract to give me a taste of what it would be like to be a part of his team before committing to a year-long deal. He mentioned during this trial period, he and his team would be providing several quote, free services, unquote. Most importantly, he agreed to help me create a detailed game plan for my growth as a content creator / VTuber's plans and documents.
Yeah, chat, I'd like to clarify, because they mentioned several free services. Remember, there were only, like, some parts of his services that were free. These girls were paying $500 a month for his services.
I can't imagine, like, thank fuck I never did that with Paco.
Yeah, chat, they were paying $500 a month to be treated like this.
I mean, at that point, I'm like, Occo, which one sounds worse? $500 a month or being trapped in a house with him? Let's see.
Almost got into a creator house with some of the people he was going to choose, yeah.
This is a message from Shino saying, hey, wanted to let you know that the team approved moving forward. We can chat about it after your trip. First deal would be a 3-month starter contract as a trial to make sure we are a good fit. My complicated relationship with Shino as a talent. Although I hadn't been fully onboarded to Flash during this time, I was in a pre-onboarding stage. I was treated like an official talent. Shino and I hit it off instantly, both excited about working together. He insisted on being involved in my journey as a creator and streamer, especially for my re-debut, which I originally planned to do solo. He introduced me to multiple Flash staff members, a lead moderator / assistant, Jay featured in screenshots, his exclusive talent manager, name omitted, his coordinator, Lisa / I'm Lisa, his partner / girlfriend. I only learned this week. I can't find a Twitter account for her anywhere, so unless she deleted and mass scrubbed, I can't find anything. And a talent coordinator, also omitted. He even connected me with an accountant to support me with taxes, just as he did for other Flask talents.
I will clarify this because I don't know if we'll get to it in this stream, but Jay, the person they're talking about, was not a Flash staff member. They were Bibley's moderator, and Shino just like grabbed them and started telling them to do stuff, and they just went along with it.
And they just went along with it. Holy shit.
There's a message at one point where the J person basically says, yeah, like, I'm Bibley's mod. I'm not really comfortable, like, continuing to do this crap with you. I think I'm just going to go back to only being Bibley's mod. He wasn't, like, a real staff member. He didn't even really want to be a part of it.
Man.
What ended up happening?
No, he just went back to being Bibley's moderator.
Oh, okay.
Until Bibley's thing exploded. Because he stole it. Allegedly. Allegedly took it.
Alright, let me... Okay. Aside from his staff with me, Shino shared his personal number and kept in touch through text during my first convention in LA, the first month of my onboarding. Months later, he also spoke with my mother directly on a Discord call. If this didn't say he didn't already consider me as talent, I'm not sure what would. You don't form this kind of connection with someone unless you're intending to work with them officially.
Don't give your manager your mother's number. She's not the only girl who gave him their mother's number. Bibley did as well. And it's like, they don't need your mom's number. That's fucking weird.
Oh my gosh.
I opened up to Shino about personal things I was going through as he wanted to know more about me. In the beginning, he felt like not only my manager, but a mentor and friend I could look up to. He told me early on that he believed a good manager should not only manage your content, but support you through life. Like helping find and coordinate housing for a talent, help them with taxes, finances, give emotional support. Said he was going to help provide all these things to me. The one thing I did get out of these things he said he would provide me was a person from his team to help me with taxes, so I can give him that. The red flags and problems during my onboarding. While I believe Shino had good intentions at first, it eventually became clear that he had taken on more than he could realistically handle. And unfortunately, I ended up carrying the burden of that for about 5 to 6 months. Before agreeing to work with him, I opened up about my past issues with managers I've worked with. I was guarded and made it clear I would not commit to someone being my manager unless they had time for me. He assured me he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't do what they did to me, and I trusted him. I also checked in several times in the start, asking him if he was sure it wasn't a bad time, and he reassured me. However, I went through a repeat of everything. Oh, I was about to say, like, why did this pop-up just show up on the document? Okay. I also checked in several times, asking if it was bad, blah, 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 blah. However, I went through a repeat of everything I've been through in the past, so some things were new/worse.
Also, I'm gonna randomly say, because Lemmy mentioned it, I don't know if you noticed, but I think maybe somebody else is covering this now, because the number of people viewing the document just shot from 11 to like 75.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it says some tools might become unavailable due to heavy collaborator use of this document.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think somebody bigger is covering it right now, because it just shot up like a solid 60 people. I wouldn't know who, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Most people that I know that are larger that are covering it already did the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, unless... Do you think Cat Leante?
I'd like to hope that they aren't.
Ugh. When it came to my trial...
Videos?
Yes.
Yeah, actively.
Ugh.
They're still
Ugh.
getting involved in VTuber shit as well.
Gross.
Because people keep tagging her in VTuber shit. They're like, Cat Leante, please, you're the only one that... It's like, dude, you guys keep bitching about drama tubers, but you're having a non-VTuber talk about VTuber issues.
Yeah.
Just let her lie about them so that they become disenfranchised with her. It'll happen to her eventually as well.
When it came to my trial, I kept being told it'll start this month and then actually next month, insert day, and so on over and over again. It felt like it was an endless loop, but Flask felt like my last hope in 2023 to 2024. And like the real deal, I needed all of these years to help me. I had just gone through personal trauma that summer and fall. Shino had also had experienced a heartbreaking loss around the start of my onboarding, and I empathized with him. I gave him patience and space, and I made my support clear on multiple occasions. But towards the end, I didn't feel that same emotional support returned in what I was put through during this onboarding. The temp manager who didn't know about me. After about 2 months into my onboarding, Shino told me I was getting a temp manager to finally start things for me while he still takes care of things. I expressed some concerns during this time about my onboarding, but not in depth yet. This temp manager was Shino's executive talent manager. Lo and behold, this temp manager didn't even know about my existence. Whenever I questioned on calls about when I was getting a temp manager, I would get vague soon answers. When Jay checked in on me, I told him things would finally start for me soon because Shino said he was making his executive/mini manager my temp manager to get things kicked off. Excuse me. He felt like there was something off since he wasn't told this, as Shino told him everything. Jay asked this temp manager if she knew about me, and she had no idea I existed. Concerned, Jay then put me in a group chat with this temp manager so she could meet me in advance. This group later became a support group that Jay and the temp manager used to check on me. Okay, so that's the first 3 pages.
Yep. So do y'all have any thoughts on Little Knee's experience?
She's been shafted way too much.
She can't catch a break.
I would
No,
say,
you
you probably shouldn't get that personal with your manager.
Yeah.
No.
Like, there's some stuff. If it's affecting your work, probably, but like getting like through all of your mental health stuff and then giving them your mom's phone number, like probably not.
Yeah. I read her Twitter and she's like said that she basically quit VTubing.
Well, she said she was like a part-time VTuber. Did she quit after this?
I read today. I don't know if she's like part-time or like a hybrid now, but like she basically said she quit full-time.
To be fair, you should always just be part-time VTuber unless you're like making VShojo and Hololive money.
Mm-hmm. If I could make $5,000 doing this part-time, hell fucking yeah, I would.
Oh, for sure. Managers don't need your mom's number. I, however, do need them. Calm down, Dama. Tari says he's hag maxing. But the only one really you have left is Bibli. So I will point out, chat, Bibli has 15 pages here. They have 16 pages here. They have 28 pages here. 8 here. 14 here. 6 here. 7 here. And then another 23 here. So again, this is one of those things where it's like, oh, he's clearly they're clearly taking stuff out of context. I don't know what they could possibly take out of context. How much of this? Okay, yeah, a lot of this is the proof. So if one of y'all want to read the summary, and then I can kind of give a overview of the stuff underneath it, because it's legal stuff, and that could be like a little dense.
Yeah. Let's see.
Dropping $500 a month doesn't seem part-time. Yeah, paying him like $500 a month kind of implies you're doing this pretty consistently.
So what you just want to start reading the first page here?
Just the first page brief summary, and then like this little paragraph on the second.
Okay. I'm posting my experiences working with Shino Boz as he's gone on far too long, manipulating his talents, breaking contracts, and completely disregarding the means of what it is to be a manager in his professional setting. Prior to fall of 2024, my experiences with Shino were positive. I began working with him as a personal assistant for previous talent of his. Excuse me. And I enjoyed my time working with both of them. I learned a lot about the space and was inspired to become a creator myself, so after I was placed on leave due to a jam schedule, I inquired with Shino about hiring him as a manager since I was aware he took on multiple talents, so I could kickstart my VTubing career. You'll find that the reason he had access to so many of my accounts is because he helped me set them up. He created my emails for my business, my TikTok and YouTube account for my brand, which our contract stated that I would have complete ownership of. This is my first time working with a manager in 2022. I assumed that it was normal to allow him to have access to said platforms. No, it is not, because he made it seem like something completely in the standard to do. He maintained access so he could post clips to my channels, which he did in the beginning, and to aid in responding to my business emails, which he did in the beginning. If I had known that as soon as I had told him I was not comfortable signing the new contract, that he was going to hold all my business accounts hostage, delete my social media presence, threaten me, and speak ill of me towards other talents, I would have never agreed to sign with him in the first place. I remained silent because all the time I was alone. He had isolated me from his other talents who were the closest people to me, and thanks to his belittling and gaslighting, he made it seem like my perspective on all this would be insignificant and that nobody would take my side. I didn't even confide to my community or make a public statement after I fired him. I chose to go about it quietly and not make a fuss because I didn't think anyone would side with me publicly if I spoke up due to all those amazing connections he claimed to have. I claimed that I see now that a majority of his words were fallacies and that I have proven to myself over and over again that I can succeed without having someone dictate what I can do with my content. Hell yeah, girl. After firing Shino, I finally achieved that sponsorship with Advanced GG that I'd always wanted. I began going to conventions and teaching attendees about VTubing space, a dream of mine he attempted to shoot down. I commissioned an entire 3D world and 3D model to showcase my creative freedom. Concerning all this, my content is finally going in the direction that I want it to, and I believe I'm seeing more success than I ever have when Shino was hovering around me. I'd like to say that when he was at my side, I'd like to say that when he was at my side, but the relationship only remained that way for so long until he felt that he, the one being paid to work for me, was in the position of control, which you will find that he says so himself in this compilation of archived DMs. As unpleasant as the situation is, I want to thank the other talents for speaking out. I know it isn't easy to feel easy for you to accomplish. It can be intimidating, uncertain, and mentally exhausting to relive those conversations. I don't feel like he should continue to get away with his revolting behavior and treatment of others. So once again, thank you to the prior talents for seeing through the veil of Shino's lies and hearing me out. I am more than happy to have our friendship rekindled. I am appreciate to consider these prior talents and the victims that are speaking out my close friends.
Yeah, so one of the first screenshots she posts is she had like this little business Discord server where she would post relevant stuff to herself, which I actually do this too because it helps me keep stuff in order. And he had control in it because, like, you know, manager and whatnot. And he went through after this and deleted all of her stuff that she had in it. Because, again, he's just kind of a petty asshole. This wasn't even his messages. This was also her messages. So it's clear he just does this to prevent people from keeping stuff. This is her Gmail, and he has taken it over, and you can see she has the account action required, tap to sign in. She can't get into it because he had the password to it, and he's changed it. Which, again, your manager does not need your password to your Gmail or your PayPal, especially your PayPal, or your Twitch or your YouTube. They don't need that information. Don't give it to them. He remains the owner of her IP. She has a website for herself, and he has control of that as well. This is a cease and desist letter she sent him. I covered through all this on my stream. It's basically the general stuff like, you're an asshole, what you're doing is breaking the law, give me my stuff back or I'll probably sue you.
Probably.
She has since said all of this happened, that she actually is planning to go through with a lawsuit to try and get her stuff back. So we will see how that goes or doesn't go. So this is the new contract that he was trying to get her to sign. The first part is basically, this is the stuff I will do for you, which was once a month you would have a 2 to 4 hour long meeting for your creator character planning. You would get a 1 hour call a week. You would get a weekly personally curated to-do list. There would be a social media audit, which I don't believe the social media audit is ever a thing. Access to partnered contractors. I don't really think he had... Like, he says that. I don't really think that counts as partnered contractors. I think you just had a bunch of freelancers that would agree to work with you basically whenever, because they knew they'd get paid. Mm-hmm. Open DMs with him, which that's not a benefit. That's just something that should happen. Live stream thumbnail support and schedule. And then first priority at upgrade to tier 2. Genuinely no idea what this means. I guess he has like tiers to his VTuber management, but I don't... I wonder how much tier 2 costs. Here's the part, is compensation for talent management services. Talent agrees to pay the manager a total of $3,000 at $500 a month, or 50% of talent's total revenue earned during the duration of management. It said that the commission would be 50% of all gross income earned by talent from all sources. Sources include Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Fansly, OnlyFans, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, any other creator-based social media platform, Patreon, her Bibby Darling website, Throne, any other creator fan funding websites, any video on demand websites such as YouTube, Instagram, Rumble, Facebook, or other video on demand based social media, recording contracts, touring and live performances, endorsements and sponsorships, merchandise sales, personal appearances, film and television appearances, which I don't know when he thought that shit was gonna happen, publishing and songwriting royalties, and digital revenue such as streaming downloads and merchandise sales. So he said all of this you owe him 50%.
Jesus Christ.
What is the OnlyFans tier?
Oh, go ahead.
No, somebody just said, what is the OnlyFans tier of VTuber manager?
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad that Paco didn't demand any money for what I did. According to him, before I left, he was getting close to it.
So this is one of the ones, or one of the sections I read last night that I thought was super sus. Manager shall be reimbursed by talent all reasonable travel, entertainment, and other business expenses incurred by manager. That is sus as hell. And I don't know, like, what all would fall under that umbrella. That's not particularly normal.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't, like, they're VTubers, and they're small VTubers. I don't know what travel, entertainment, and business expenses you have regarding them, but that just sounds like something you're going to abuse.
Oh, yeah.
To me. He also put in this non-solicitation clause. Basically, what this boils down to is he says that you are not allowed to, after a period of 1 year, before a period of 1 year, work with anyone that he considers like one of his contracted workers. And if you try to do it, you have to ask him for permission first, and then he will get a percentage of the sales anyways. Which, again, I don't think he had actual partnered workers. I think they were all freelance. So, that's fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of, like, random, pretty average stuff in the rest of it. Oddly enough, this one, which has a severability clause, the severability on this one was actually more fair. This one down here is the original one she signed, which for the most part, it's fine. The important bit is this number 5. The completed project shall be deeded as work for hire. Client will be the sole owner of all rights in the completed project and will be responsible for securing a copyright to protect interest against infringement. It's pretty explicit in the contract that she should own all of her stuff. Mm-hmm. Which him trying to say you didn't hold up your end, so I don't have to obey this end. With copyright, that gets a lot more sus, right? Mm-hmm. If you accuse her of breach of contract, that's one thing, but you can't necessarily hold this ownership thing back. Like, you can't just take that back. The court's gonna have to rule on that. Like, even if the court did rule that she breached contract, they might say that she still has ownership rights. So he's kind of dumb for trying to pretend like he can hold this against her, honestly.
Well, is it dumb, or is he just thinking that she's not going to be able to fight back?
He might think that.
Because I think some of these people are under the assumption that the people are too stupid to fight back.
This one here, compensation of revenue services, it's much shorter than the other ones, but it still basically says you owe 50% of all gross revenue to me. This one didn't have the $3,000 or $500 option, so I don't know what that's about. And where is the last bit here? Here, termination. Either party may terminate this agreement on a 3-month advanced written notice to the other party at the address set forth at the beginning of the agreement. If client terminates the agreement, service provider is entitled to reasonable compensation for services rendered through date of termination. That second part, it by itself is not necessarily a problem. That if you if you cancel our contract, you still owe me for the work I've done. The problem is he's allowed to cancel without any recourse, right? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, here's a screenshot, by the way, where she shows that he went through and deleted a bunch of his messages to her for some reason. But you can still see at the top he left one. So he deleted the messages, but he forgot that one. But that's all I really wanted to kind of cover on this. I will say that in one of the screenshots, it might be under torturous interference, he claims that he had spent $40,000 on Bibli. He doesn't because it's just in their tweets, or in their messages back and forth where he says it, but he doesn't specify where that $40,000 number came from.
So effectively, he made it up.
Probably. It's in one of them. But think about that number, because she's not a huge VTuber, right? What are you spending $40,000 on exactly?
I've spent a lot of money in my pursuit to become a decently sized VTuber, and I know for a fact I've spent 4, maybe even close to 5 digits. I don't know where I could throw $40,000 as a VTuber. Models are expensive, but most people don't spend that much on a model, and 3D models are expensive. Hell, even a 3D world is expensive, but I don't think he'd be paying 5 digits for anything like that. So I don't know where this man gets this information.
Especially if you're only charging your talent $500 a month. Nah, bro, nah. You didn't pay $40,000 on them.
Absolutely not.
He also, so this is the message where he talks to he claims he sent this to Advanced GG. He says, "Hey, blank, just wanted to circle back on our chat about a possible partnership. We're definitely still interested in working with you guys to keep things running smoothly on our end. We have a minimum monthly engagement of around $500 for these kind of activations. I know you mentioned that's not typically how you do things, but it helps us ensure we're delivering top-notch work for our partners. That said, Bibli really loves your stuff, and we're super keen to make this happen. We're open to chatting about the details and figuring out a rate that works for both of us. To get the ball rolling, we need to set a minimum guaranteed payment every month, paid up front. This helps make sure we're both on the same page and committed to making the partnership a success." Just so you know, guys, if you're working with a larger company, and you are a small VTuber, they're not paying you up front. They're not going to pay you till you have delivered. I know a lot of VTubers are probably weirded out by that kind of perspective, because a lot of people are used to paying artists before artists start the work. With a regular business, they're not going to pay you till the work is done. That's how it typically works in business. And any larger business is not gonna it's not gonna happen, trust me.
Yeah.
Unless you're a massive creator, they might obviously I don't know how they do it for people huge people like Markiplier and JonTron. But for a small person, they're not paying you up front. It's not happening.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, if I got paid up front to do work at my current job, fuck yeah, I would do that. But I know that's not going to happen because some of it is performance based.
This is a part where she signed up for a thing with Aura Culture, and his first message when she says, "I signed up and they accepted me," is, "Are you going to be mad at me for turning it down?" Which, by the way, he sends a picture of him talking to the Aura Culture people. He turned it down on her behalf in a private chat with them. And then he claims that he is in the process of setting up a deal with them. Later, she messages the Aura Culture people, and they say, let me talk to my manager about it. He said they haven't discussed anything about merch for the talents. So according to the Aura Culture people, they didn't even talk to him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That is funny. In a very sad way, I'll be honest with you.
Oh yeah, so this is the thing. He hires one of her mods as a clipper, and this is the mod 18 days later asking if he's going to get his if he's going to get paid. This is him asking 14 days later for the PayPal to send it to. And this is 9 days later when he finally says he's going to pay him. So it's been, what, 18, 14, 9? So it's been a good 40-something days in between work finished and getting paid. And I want to read this because it's really funny to me. The Clipper says, "I'll be honest, it's kind of scary when an employer ends up late on the first paycheck, especially when you poke them multiple times about the payment. I hope you can forgive me when I say that I have noticed." And Shino replies, "I will be direct. Payment's coming, but it's coming out of my pocket. You didn't do the work on time or close to what I was asking for in terms of quality, so I had to pay for it to be done somewhere else. So it's not just the first check, but in this case, will be the last. Just took me longer to get the funds personally to pay you for the work. To be fair, not your fault. Other people are late on payments to me."
What the fuck?
It's so funny. And then he shows that he did send the money. It was $200 to this person. I don't know how many clips he had them do necessarily. I thought it was like a small amount. Which is, it's weird because in another section he says that he's paying like $10 for clippers because they're editors in training.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the 40K one, but there's like so many messages. I was hoping I could just spot the number. Oh yeah, here's the Jaden person that he talks to. And here's him mentioning the Amalisa again. Lumi, you said the Amalisa person's stuff is gone?
I can't find any message of her at being posted anywhere on Twitter.
That's hilarious. She probably just deleted everything.
That's possible.
But it's like, I don't know, because there would even be mentions of her, handle and everything. There's literally nothing.
It looks like it's all just gone. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the regular podcast screen, and I'm just gonna keep scrolling through this and maybe see if I can find it.
Okay.
But what do you guys think about all this? Do you
It's
think
a
he
mess.
has like substantial information that he's gonna release that's gonna really change your opinion?
I
No.
don't know. I really don't. Like, I'm trying to imagine like what he could show that would prove they blow these people out of the water. I don't think there's anything.
Yeah. Because, like, even for some of the stuff that if he could show that they were being assholes to him, it's like, okay, they were being assholes to you. Why did you steal their PayPal account? Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I guess we didn't mention it because we kind of skimmed over it. With Bibbly Darling, he has, like, allegedly stolen her business PayPal account. And at one point asked to get into her personal PayPal account as well to double check that she wasn't hiding money from him.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
I feel like I got off way cleaner than a lot of these other people. Holy shit.
He says, "I literally have everything set to go to your business account, but I'm not chasing you anymore. I've literally spent $40,000 on you." Just so, like, people know I'm not lying about this. In this message, he claims he spent $40,000 on this girl. I'm like, where did you get that money? From where? And what did it go to? You've only been working with her for, like, a year? Not even a year. I think it's, like, 6 months is when their period was. Yeah, it was 9 months. It was 6 months of the contract, and then 3 months after the contract where they continued working as if the contract was still active. But yeah, like, I don't know where the 40,000 number is coming from. I would have to see like an invoice on that shit.
Yeah, like documented.
Because I mentioned it on my stream last night, but like even the huge VTuber companies, if they buy like the super fancy models, I haven't seen any of them spend more than like 15K on a model. And that's like the biggest expense they have, like right at the start.
I want to know where all that money is going. It must be going towards the rigging.
Well, because like we're thinking about that for like a model, right? For assets, if you go for like pricier assets, I could maybe see $1,000 to $2,000 right off the bat. If like because that's the other thing, he claims that his clippers are like doing $10 a clip, and in another message to this girl, he's only done like 70 clips for her. So that's we're not even like at $1,000 for like we're not even at $1,000 for that either. So assuming like the most expensive everything based on the information that's kind of given, maybe he could have spent $20,000 if he actually is paying top dollar for all the art and assets. I don't think he's paying top dollar for all the art and assets.
No.
I don't buy that. So I could maybe see half this amount if he's paying top dollar for everything, and he's not. Then there's a part where he gets in a fight with her down here about $1,000, where she basically says the money is gone because she had paid it on a commission, and then he just keeps saying, well, I found your money, so you should talk to me because I found it, and I'll tell you where it is if you'll get in a phone call with me. It's really weird. He also claims PayPal won't let you do an amount for $1,000, which I'm pretty sure is just wrong. Granted, I've not spent like $1,000 through PayPal, but I'm pretty sure it will. Like, and if not, you could do it in like batches. You could do it half and half. Because I know for a fact I've done like a $600. No, I think I did like $800 before with my first model. So I know PayPal will let you get really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just randomly puts a message, PayPal won't let you do an amount that high. It was $1,000.
You know what's funny? My 3D model cost more than both of my live 2D models. Not combined, but it cost more. Because this one was only like 1,000. And then the second one was only like 500 because the rigging was only $98.
Quantity over quality, all Temu clips. Oh, we know it's all Temu clips, because even he complains about the quality of his clippers being bad.
Hold on, let me see here. No, there's no cap on the total amount you can send using PayPal invoices. You can send invoices for any amount. There's no limits on the total value of invoices sent. However, individual transaction limits may apply. In the individual transaction limits is for verified accounts, PayPal states you could send up to $60,000 USD in a single transaction, though it could be capped at $10,000 USD.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that much money. Holy cow.
I'll also say, chat, there's a lot of, and I'll show it real quick as well. There's like a lot of these messages that he has with them where he says, if nothing productive was done last month, we shouldn't be working together at all. He's actively getting paid by her. Even if she is doing nothing, no work, and not building her brand, if she is still paying him the required amount he is asking for, it doesn't matter. You're getting paid to do a service. Do your service.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't you taking on somebody out of the goodness of your heart. You are accepting a very large amount of money for it. And he doesn't dispute it when she mentions it. She mentions up here that she had given him, yeah, I paid you $1,000 last month and made about another $1,000 this month. So he's getting like $1,000 a month from her. And he's complaining that like she's not doing enough content. It's like, it doesn't matter. You're getting paid.
Yeah.
It literally does not matter what she's doing. You're admitting that you are getting paid money to do your manager thing, so do it. Imagine him asking for an hourly rate. He says, at the point of the contract, here you can see it, chat. This is like when he starts talking to them and I think he's mad. You can't read what he's saying. The point of the contract is that even when things are low, we plan for when things can be high. A video I produce at martyr rate is $350. even back in for me, I'm paying between $150 to $250 for it. So when we have $500 a month at $20 a thumbnail, $50 a clip, and $250 a video, I don't believe he's paying all this.
I don't either, no.
He also just says, like, a bunch. There's a random stuff in here that he just says he's been working on. I've been working day and night on the 3D on the channel, even currently in the process of making a new channel just for Pause It, and have an editor currently breaking into clips for a clip channel. Like, he keeps telling her he's working on all this stuff, but he never once, like, provides proof he's doing anything. He just keeps saying, I've been doing it in the background. Which I don't believe. Also... I want to see if I could find it really quick. It's in here somewhere. But she basically says that she wants to do a podcast, and she's going to call it Pause It, like P-A-W-S. And she's like, I'm going to... Here it is. She says that she's going to research different podcasts this week in order to see how people do podcasts. And the first person he links her is a channel called Lex Friedman. And I looked up Lex Friedman, and his channel is heavily political. It is strictly, like, the most over-politicized topics in the world. If you're a VTuber and you want to learn to get into podcasting, you are not going to look up political podcasts. That is a completely different ballgame.
Lex Friedman is a guy that just likes to talk to a lot of really big people and talk about sometimes political topics. Occasionally, he brings on non-political people that are political for different reasons. Like, he's had Mark Zuckerberg on. He had Elon Musk on like 3 or 4 times. He likes to he had Bernie Sanders. He's had multiple people on there. That's the wrong Listen, send her our podcast. We're way better than Lex Friedman in terms of learning how to podcast.
Well, if you're going to do podcast for, like, an entertainer, you're not going to look at political podcasters. I wouldn't even recommend, like, Joe Rogan. Right, because even his thing, it's very specific. As much as I don't like them, you would probably look up someone more like H3H3. You could look up, like, Pyrocynical's podcast. I don't know if he's still doing it, though. The one he did with, like, Colossal is Crazy and somebody else. I think maybe, like, the LolCal cast or whatever it's called.
It's all fake, though.
It is, but it's... all of those are more focused towards entertainment and YouTube entertainment. And I don't think people understand just how different, like, political coverage versus entertainment coverage is. Because with political coverage, you kind of have to take a side. And you have to forever be on that side, or you are going to destroy your podcast at some point. And even then, you are always walking a tightrope with that.
You know what's funny? Allegedly, Lex Friedman isn't political, but he lets his political opinions out on Twitter. You can tell very quickly who he votes for, who he wanted.
Well, I mean, it's a political podcast either way. He's definitely going for more like the Joe Rogan thing, though, from what I could see. Like, I just let everybody on and they just talk. Which, I mean, it works, but I also think that at some point that doesn't work forever, because if people stop wanting to show up, then you kind of have to coast on yourself. And if you've never had to do it by yourself, sometimes people aren't too interested in you. Like, I honestly think Joe Rogan probably wouldn't be as big as he was if he couldn't get on big guests. Because most of his commentary is just, bro, have you ever tried DMT?
I've listened to some of his stuff. It really depends on the person. I remember one time he, like, hosted a debate between Destiny and somebody else. Might have been Ben Shapiro. Yeah, it was Destiny and Ben Shapiro. He hosted that debate. That was interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting because it's Destiny and Ben Shapiro. But yeah, no, it's just, this is not who I would immediately send them as, like, your ultimate podcaster. He sends them another one right under there called Colin and Samir. I didn't see that one last night.
Oh, Colin and Samir are, like, the 2 biggest podcasters on YouTube.
Never heard of them.
That's very fair. You wouldn't know them unless, like, you were interested in, like, the in-crowd shit, because they talk to a lot of big people.
They're a business podcast?
Yeah, they are a business podcast and allegedly one of the biggest ones on YouTube.
Interesting. Is that Pokimane?
Yeah, Colin and Samir bring on insanely successful people. It's like a rich person's podcast to talk about rich person things and how they got successful.
No, there's Linus Tech Tips, the CEO of Spotify, the CEO of Snapchat, Jack Conte.
I know that Hassan Piker's been on there at least once talking about how people take him out of context and.
Oh, they had
farm his
Mr.
clips
Beast
for money.
on.
They've had Mr. Beast on multiple times.
The Tyler Perry of YouTube, Kinigra Dion. I'll be honest, I don't think calling yourself the Tyler Perry of anything is that big of a compliment.
Mm-mm.
Look, Medea is funny for like 5 seconds. Before we go tonight, because maybe you two could inform me better on this. Why is Rima in trouble for covering the guy that faked his death?
I have no idea. I didn't watch the video.
Guy
All I know
faked his
is
death.
is that he faked his death and now he's a corpo VTuber.
Yeah, he did, and this is something that like, I do believe that Rima is doing a decently well job handling this. I knew this was going to happen where if you cover the news, there's just going to be topics where people are like, you can't talk about that. Why? Because you're just not supposed to. And like Rima's covering things that people don't want her to talk about. And it's just like, well, fuck you. I'm going to do it anyway. And I think that she should. And I'm glad that she is covering it. People got mad at how she decided to cover the Anna Valence thing. And the Anna Valence person like endlessly mauling on Blue Sky about how they're upset that her and Alara aren't covering it the right way. And then Alara was like, I didn't want to say it, but I knew that they were trans and I was trying to be careful about it, but people are still saying I'm transphobic. And I was just like, that's sad, but kind of funny.
Fair.
Yeah, it's just people getting mad for no reason. You know, the state of V-tweeters and everything.
Because he's Niji Sanji. Oh, he's in Niji Sanji?
Oh, he's Niji.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Rima is covering a bunch of pre-2021 stuff that most people didn't know about. Well, it's like, yeah, most people didn't know about it, but, you know, hell, even I knew about it.
I'll be honest, I didn't know about it. More for the parent. Possibly.
Quote unquote, that guy was once a TF2 tuber. Yeah, I remember his old shit when I used to be into TF2 like a lot.
He did TF2? What did he do?
Hold on. Let me get to Rima's video. Hold on.
Oh, also, I don't know if you guys...
He went by Sketchek or some shit like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
And now he's with DNG.
I had recently stumbled onto this person, by the way, I don't know if you've ever seen them, called Sarah Spaceman.
Who?
Never heard of him.
They are a cosplayer. And I only bring this up because recently they went to a con that was for like steampunk. They had been invited to it, and it was on a casino hotel on a Native American reservation. The hotel, apparently for whatever reason, didn't like the con and accused them of bringing the virus to their hotel. You know, the virus.
The virus.
They accused them of bringing the virus to their hotel, which, I mean, fuck, you're a hotel hosting a big convention. Like, people are gonna get sick. If you were concerned about that, you wouldn't hold the convention. But they were so concerned about the virus that not only did they cancel on like a dime, they canceled the convention and told them to get out. They also told any convention attendees that had a reservation at the hotel that their reservations were canceled and they also had to get out. So there were just a bunch of people, like on a dime, suddenly were kicked out of their rooms and had to find a place to go.
That's crazy. I would sue at that point. That's like...
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure, like, the legality on that, necessarily.
Like, if they signed a contract, like, I would look into it.
Yeah, so a lot of people had to, like... She mentioned that she had to try and find a way to get her, their return flight changed so she could get home. But I've seen some of her stuff, because she's also covered, like, cosplay, like, controversies, which, you know me, I like my tea.
Of course.
And then, because, like, obviously her more popular videos are the ones where, like, the worst thing that's ever happened. She also covered that viral clip that went, like, a couple months ago of the sewage leak at that one con. Which I found out from her was not a sewage leak, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, so it wasn't the sewage pipe. It was... Apparently it's some kind of pipe that they use for, like, the kitchens. And, like, it still smelled bad because it was kitchen cleaning. It's just as bad. But it was the kitchen pipe. It was the out pipe from the kitchen. It was not a sewage pipe.
I still think it's almost... Not maybe... It's not the same amount, but it's almost as bad, like, health-wise.
She also found, like, another angle of it where the reason, like, it was kind of exploding everywhere was because the pipe was actually on top of an air duct. Like, the pipe was laid across the top of an air duct. So when it burst, it was just flowing out around the air duct, that's why it was spreading out so much.
No.
Yeah. Apparently, though, like, everybody got handled. Like, everyone got, like, their stuff compensated, their money back. Like, the con did really good about it. It was really just on, it was on the hotel for, like, not maintaining their pipes, I guess.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't know, like... Obviously, like, as a business, you have to check stuff like that a lot more. But I don't know what the rules are for, like, having a person come in and check your pipes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that seems like something that you would have to have checked for, like, during an inspection at least every couple of years to make sure there's no erosion and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, I just don't know the rules behind that. But her content's been interesting to watch. Like, I admit that most of what I watch from her is the controversy stuff. I don't watch a lot of her her cosplay stuff. Nothing against her. She does, like, pretty cosplays and stuff. But it's just not my cuppa.
What, cosplaying? I mean, that's fair.
No, I like cosplaying. It's just that's not content I watch, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not building cosplays. I'm just buying stuff off Amazon and then looking cute. Although I do have a cosplay in my closet that's like $1,000.
Really?
Yeah, I had one
buy it?
professionally made.
What is it?
It is Thompson from Girls Frontline.
Okay.
Nice.
I need to lose some weight to fit back in it, though.
Yeah.
I got fat.
Is it just your ass that you need to fit, or and other stuff? You've been talking about a lot about how your ass is too big now.
Apparently, yeah.
His ass is pretty bad. I seen the skirt he couldn't fit in anymore.
Yeah. I did too.
I was so upset about that. It's specifically a Rim cosplay from ReZero. Nah, it doesn't fit anymore. I might have ripped some stitching trying to make it fit. It's okay. Because I tried to make it fit and it ripped some stitching. It's okay though. It was a cheap cosplay. It doesn't matter.
Dama says that he's seen it too.
A lot of people have seen it.
Yes.
I'm gonna teach you how to make proper cosplay clothes. That's a lot of work, and I'm very dumb.
I think you'd be able to get the hang of it.
Possibly.
I mean, if we're gonna go to more cons in the future together, you'll be the one to do it, probably.
After I lose some weight. But is there anyone y'all would want me to raid out to?
Let's see who's alive.
Well,
I had to
before we
go
do
look
that,
somebody up last night.
What are you guys doing for the rest of the week?
I have Sinners Tide with Dama tomorrow.
What you gonna talk about?
We don't know.
Fair enough.
We're gonna wing it.
Fair enough. Me? What
I
about
see
you?
that the Almighty Lolly is live right now.
Yeah, he is. You could go to him.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but on Saturday I have my repo drinking stream, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh, I'll drop by.
Was that Saturday night?
Yes.
Mm. If I am streaming with Celestium on Saturday night, the VTuber that got canceled for calling gay people that they were gonna go to hell. So we're gonna sit and talk. That'll be interesting.
You want to link me the Almighty Lollies thing?
Yeah. Me.
No, I got it.
Okay.
What time are you doing repo?
Probably about like 9 p.m. CST is what I'm starting, and then just gonna keep streaming until I get 2 EP or I black out. One of the two.
I might be there when you start.
Are you saying that Moose Man will have to watch over to make sure that if you black out, he can just end the stream?
Yes.
Has he had to do that before?
No, I've never gotten
No?
blackout drunk before.
Good, Lumi, don't do it.
Good. Yeah.
Anyways, good night, everybody. I love you all. Would LumLum and Occo like to say anything else?
I am EP.
I finally have an idea of what I'm going to do for my 10,000 subscriber video.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm going to do a mockumentary of myself.
Good luck with that. Make sure
Thanks.
it's well researched.
I will. I'll make sure to research all of it.
Night chat. Love you guys.
Good night, guys.